Cancel culture is about canceling it.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
it's one like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got realness, I just push, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got dark, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who.
they want you to comply.
Hi, friends.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going, everybody?
It's wonderful to see you all. I guess this is officially, I mean unofficially, my birthday show, because I haven't streamed since my birthday. So this is the first time at this age that I'm streaming. What are you, one of those people? The whole month is my birthday. Every day is my birthday this month. Is that you my now? birthday was just.
He's a birthday
past
tyrant,
weekend.
I can tell. Where he's like, it's my birthday weekend. I have to do this. You have to listen to me. It's my birthday
Everyone
weekend.
should say happy birthday to me. It's my first. This is it. It's How old are you now? my birthday this past weekend. It only matters if it's a milestone. No, it's my
At
last
this
of
age,
my 30s. I would say it's a milestone.
Okay,
maybe.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm about to
I
be an
actually
old
thought
man
that you were
next
already
year.
40.
No, next year.
Oh, okay.
Did you really,
all
Mike, or
over.
you just say that?
No, I did.
This
I
is
thought
it.
he was like 41.
You thought he was already 41? No.
Yeah.
Binder looks young to me. I could never.
He
think
does. He does look super young, but he said something before that made me think he was already 40, or maybe that was you, David, that said that. I don't remember. Somebody said something, and for whatever reason, I thought Binder was 40. But yeah,
You might
totally
be the first
wrong.
person to think I'm older than I am. Like that's
But you
never
don't
happened
look
to me
it though.
before.
No disrespect. You look so young. You look younger than me. So whatever you're doing, it's working. The Coca-Cola, the
Right.
cake,
The
whatever the
Pepsi.
fuck you're doing.
I feel like we all look exactly the same.
What'd you say, Lance? I heard
it's
something.
just Coca-Cola, really. That's got to be it. Energy drinks, Coca-Cola. Is that the secret? That's the secret. That's the secret.
Okay.
I
gotta
and
get
three
back into
kids,
sodas.
apparently.
3 kids. Okay. Lance, what did you say? I heard
the fountain
something
of
else. I
youth
heard
right there. Raising 3 kids.
Oh, it wasn't actually anything bad. I just said not Pepsi.
Oh my God.
You thought I said
Okay.
penis, didn't you?
No, I just heard Ussy at the end.
Oh,
I'm like, Lance.
It's all that pussy. Binder getting that pussy. Keeping him young.
All 3 times. I don't
Like,
think,
I didn't think you said pussy. I just thought it was a variation of
of
Ussies.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. Speaking of Ussy, I've been playing Stellar Blade, and that game was not censored. Nope. We talked about this last year for anybody who doesn't know, but it's not censored.
Did you get the alternate costumes where you get the jiggle physics and all the spandex and stuff?
I don't know if I got the alternate costumes, but I will say that the physics were definitely like it's definitely moon gravity, specifically for the top and the bottom area. And there's some costumes that were like, you'll be climbing up a ladder and it's like, girl, I could see your entire butthole. Like, this is crazy. They were saying this game was censored.
It's amazing to me. There was like a whole campaign about like these angry losers. Like, oh, it's censored. Are you out of all the games? This is the game you're going to complain about? Like, what?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's crazy. And here we are now in 2025, and a group that is associated with the architects of Project 2025 is actually censoring games on Steam that a lot of gooners play. So, you know, that was the boy who cried wolf, because this is clearly the era of censorship. You've got Steam taking
Far right in
down.
Australia came for the gooners.
Yeah, they're taking down our beloved gooner games on Steam, and that's a tragedy. So I stand with the gamers, but you all should have known that they were coming for our art, and the beloved gooner games are rest in peace. We'll just say that.
Have
no
all
idea what you
of
guys
you
are talking
thought of
about.
like
I have
running
no
into
clue.
battle just butt naked? Is that not something you contemplate? Like, you know, if you're gonna battle, why wear armor? You know, you should just put on a thong, run out there, scream, jiggle around a lot, get the physics going. That's how you win a war.
What if you breathe through your body, and the only way you can breathe is if you don't have clothing on?
Ah, yeah, true.
Is that from a game, or you made that up?
That's Metal Gear 5. Yeah,
Makes sense. I never beat the game.
I never did either, but my husband told me about that. He's a big Kojima fan, and I was like, that's quite the way to rationalize.
You can rationalize anything, really.
You could just say, look, I want to see boobies. Like, you could just say that. It's just more honest. Yeah. Kojima, I love you, but damn. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great start to the show, though. I apologize.
Hey, it is the last week of August. Probably the most dead week of the year when it comes to like news. Like it's been slow. You know.
Really? I thought today was over.
I feel like there's
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really? Like,
I don't know.
what?
I feel
What
like every day
happened
there's like
today?
1,000 things, and I have to turn my brain off.
I was overwhelmed.
This week has been slow.
Today.
What's happened this week?
There was a mass shooting where once again the right is blaming trans people.
Oh, right. I was thinking like
Ethan Klein and Destiny. There was the Richie Torres and Adam Lambert complete disaster.
This is not what when I think of news stuff. Like you know, I think of like real news, not like breaking streamer Destiny and Ethan Klein. But for us, yes, I guess it's been a busy. For bullshit news, it's been a busy week.
No, but like. I feel like things Trump does says every day should be news. It's just so normalized.
Yeah.
Like a couple days ago, he's like, people actually, I think they want a dictator. That anyone else saying that. Anyone else saying that
on Chicago
would be massive news.
Being deployed on your own citizens. That shit is fucking nuts.
Didn't that happen this week, or was that last week?
That didn't happen this week.
Well, this is the week that he's proposing to do it to Chicago.
Yeah,
He
that's
had
right.
already done it in
That happened this
Washington.
week?
The Chicago one happened this week. Last week was Washington.
Okay, maybe I don't even know what's going on anymore.
There was also the executive
so
order
overwhelmed
to
myself. I thought this was a relatively slow week, and it turns out
no. I'm jealous that you thought it was a slow week, because it was so depressing. At the start of the week, Trump signed the executive order that's completely unconstitutional to criminalize flag burning with a year in jail, which, I mean, this is protected by the First Amendment. In 1989, Texas v. Johnson, the Supreme Court, including Scalia, said that this is protected speech. And then a veteran, he burned a flag, went straight to jail. Straight up authoritarian shit. Not okay. And I guess that the president can just like sign things into law. Like, we're basically being ruled by decree, which is insane. And it's like, this is officially authoritarian territory. We are a competitive authoritarian regime at this point. And it's just kind of hard to digest that fact. There's also the mutiny going on at the CDC because RFK Jr. is trying to get the CDC director. She's also an infectious disease expert. She was just like confirmed, I want to say, end of July. And RFK is trying to push her out after Trump just like nominated her. This is somebody who's competent, by the way, because they disagree on vaccines. Take from that what you will. And he's trying to fire her. She's saying, you can't fire me. And this is in addition to Trump trying to fire somebody like the FedGov, which is fucking insane in and of itself, which we can get into that too. But then you have all these experts, senior officials at CDC resigning because RFK is trying to push her out, but she's saying, you can't push me out because Trump has to be the one to fire me. I was confirmed by the Senate. It's just like every single day is history, and I fucking hate it. Like, I don't want to live through a historic moment any longer. I can't take it. And I got attacked by Canadians this week.
You got attacked by Canadians?
I got attacked by Canadians. So I was doing a video about Donald Trump, And I brought up how all institutions have caved, world leaders have caved, and I cited Mark Carney as an example. And they were like, he hasn't caved. I was like, oh shit, the Canadians are pissed. So you know what I did? I linked them to David Doel's video about the Fell For It Again award.
I bet they're the same. I bet they're the same people in my comments saying he hasn't caved.
It was probably. Because I'm like, actually, I may not be a Canadian, but I have the best Canadian sources. Maybe you've heard of them. David Lance, I have Canadian friends. Okay, those are real names. So I do not hate Canadians. I just want them to stand up. And one person was like, I'm just tired of Americans thinking that Canadians are going to bail them out. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get Mark Carney to stand up to Trump to bail us out. I want you to save yourselves. Like, burn this motherfucker down, sanction us.
You're totally right, Mike. I did an entire video and put it out recently about how the winner of the whole elbows up thing was companies. It was corporations at the end of the day, because we passed all these laws that benefit companies that are now going to be able to do energy excavation projects, trample all over indigenous rights, and the whole thing of like pretending to be like we're patriotic, we care about this. At the end of the day, Trump's getting what he wants. Like I don't know if you saw that Claudia Scheinbaum video that came out the other day about how she's built like 235 hospitals in her tenure, and I was like, what's that like? What's that like having like a leader that seems like, even if it's fake, like she loves you or cares about you?
That would be great. We need some fucking hospitals here for real. Like it is ridiculous.
God. It was. I was just like, how Mexico? How are y'all doing that?
Although on that note, though. Trump is threatening to invade Mexico. He wants to strike the cartels, extend the war on terror there. And you have some psychotic fascists in Mexico who are going on Fox News, American television, and inviting him, saying, this is what most Mexicans want. No, that's not what they want. That's absolutely not what they want. If you are inviting the United States into your country to bomb, you are a psychopath. Like, Scheinbaum needs to bust out the fucking gulags and do what she can to crush this insurrectionist rebellion. That is not okay. The fact that they're like, yes, please come and violate our territorial sovereignty is wild to me. So, like, both Mexico and Canada, I feel like they have to do everything in their power to protect themselves, and that's where I stand. It's not about like America's self-interest at this point. It's like, protect yourselves. I'm with all of you, like Mexicans, Canadians. Like, please don't let this dictator, dictate the terms of your country. Do what you can to like sever ties, like anything. It's the things that he's doing are so unhinged that I feel like it's like we could go like crash the economy, lead to civil unrest. I mean, just the Fed story alone is so crazy to me. If he actually takes away control of the Fed, you could see just runaway inflation. It happened in Turkey with Erdogan, where he stripped away the independence of the Fed, and they had like runaway inflation, like 80%. Still can't get it down. So he is going to crash this fucking economy with the trajectory that we're on, and that's like putting aside the tariffs. It's every day. It's like, what did we do today? How are we violating norms today or killing democracy? I shouldn't say killing democracy, or I guess the better way to talk about it is how much further into authoritarianism have we descended? Because like, it's not democracy anymore.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing anyone but Trump could get away with what he's doing, though. Like, if whatever, his ankles explode or whatever the fuck happens. And it's like JD Vance. JD Vance ain't getting away with this half this shit. Like there's no built-in support base the way that Trump has because of whatever wacky personality people have attached themselves to.
Right. I mean, the thing is though, like really though, I agree that Trump's the only one who could get away with it, and that's because like he's got no shame. He doesn't care. But really, any of them could have. Like, isn't that the whole sort of or at least one of the sort of lessons to be learned from Trump's presidency, just how little institutions have to stop any president from having done this. It's just that he's the one choosing to do it.
All
there's
norms,
little
baby.
recourse. There's little that can be done.
Well, you've got to have the Supreme Court stacked first. That helps. Also, I'll agree with you. I don't think there would be a cult defending JD Vance if it turned out that he was in the center of the Epstein stuff. I don't think people would have defended JD Vance and done everything to be like, he might be a pedophile, but he's our pedophile. I think they probably would have pulled the ripcord on that one.
That couch was at least 18 years old.
Wait, but we can't call him a pedophile because according to Ghislaine Maxwell, he was a complete gentleman, and also Bill Clinton, definitely not a pedophile either. So the pedophile says that they're not pedophiles. So I feel like, we should take that into consideration. Definitely good source. There's also, by the way, another thing that happened that pissed me off this week is the DNC. They rejected a resolution to call for an arms embargo. And then I know, like, everybody's talking about it, the crazy ass interview between Adam Friedland and Richie Torres. That was shocking to watch. This is the first time that it really clicked with me that Richie Torres is an actual sociopath. Like, I'm not saying that to be hyperbolic or as an ad hominem. Like, he's actually a sociopath. He doesn't feel any kind of remorse for people's pain and suffering. And there's some, like, I have a couple of clips we could share. That interview to me blew my fucking mind because I have never seen somebody respond to somebody just like pouring out their emotions with just like stone face, like don't even give a shit, just go straight back to talking points.
Humanity the whole time. You know what's really scary though is that's more indicative of what most liberal Zionists like are comfortable with doing in terms of like towing the line no matter what. Even if you have someone who's like, I as a Jewish person, I'm deeply, deeply concerned about how this is conflating Judaism with the actions of Israel, telling you all this kind of stuff heart to heart. And then him just going back to, I believe in a two-state solution. I believe in a Jewish supremacist ethno-state. I believe Israel's right to defend itself no matter what. Like just same point.
Full NPC.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a clip that was circulating online. I watched the whole thing. I would highly, highly encourage everybody to watch it. If you watch it from start to finish, it's so much better because Adam Friedland gives him so much grace and lets him just share his life story. And even from the beginning, Richie Torres was just like on edge. He accused him of doing a gotcha, and he very clearly had no idea who Adam Friedland was. Like, he's a comedian and just automatically on edge.
You had to tell him, he's like, I think you're used to CNN. I'm the guy from Cumtown.
Right.
That's my show.
I gotta say, I'm like, and I mean this in the most positive way possible. I am shocked at like the guests that he gets, not because like he's not like become really big and like obviously you would think people would want to go on a show like that so they could get seen. I'm shocked at how big the guests he gets are and how little they seem to know about what they're getting themselves into when they go on his show. Like, that's the shocking part to me. Like, I've seen, like, it seemed like, I know he got Sarah Jessica Parker on, and it seemed like she actually was somewhat like aware of what she was getting herself into, and she was ready for it and she wanted to do it. And then you have someone like Richie Torres who seemed like he doesn't know what he's getting himself into. What were you doing going on the show? If like you can't claim gotcha if you go on the Adam Friedland show. It's not like you think you're going on like a really like dry news program and all of a sudden they like surprise you with like hard questions or something. No, this is exactly what you should have expected if you even did a modicum of looking into what you were going on to.
I think he thought it was going to be comedy. Like just silly.
Yeah.
I think some politicians have like very low opinion of comedians, and they think, hey, this is not a news channel. I'm not going to be, I can't be grilled on here. It's just some comedian. And they don't realize people like, Adam Friedland, people like Jon Stewart, they're better at doing the interview than your typical person in press is going to do, because they actually are willing to show humanity and empathy in the reporting, unlike a lot of the press.
Friedland even commented, he was like, your consultant hates you for booking you. He said something to that effect during the interview because, Richie Torres, you could tell he was just like, he was not having it. I don't know what he expected, but here's a minute and 30 seconds from the interview.
If you have disagreements with the Israeli government, you should voice your criticism of the Israeli government, but there is no justification for intimidation or harassment against American Jews.
I'm telling you as a Jew right now that we are receiving a lot more hate because of what the people with the flag that has a Jewish star on are doing to other people right now.
That might
and
be
I'm telling you, as a Jewish person, how painful it is for us to say, and it hurts my stomach to say this. So you're going to say, I disagree, that this is a genocide. And that hurts to say that a Jew could do that. It hurts because we grew up with learning about what hatred is. We grew up learning about this. And the same year the state of Israel was established, in 1948, the world saw the Holocaust, and they established standards for what a genocide is. It was the same year. And the world said that this shouldn't be a thing that happens. You know? And I just wonder, like, it doesn't make sense to me, I don't know, it doesn't track to me why there's this fixation with kids at a school and two examples of people at a restaurant that there was banging.
Two examples. I mean, there are surveys on it.
Give me the
read the EDL surveys on it. Because
it's hard for me to talk about this in public because you're being a dick. That's mean.
Just no empathy whatsoever. It's just, this is so shocking to watch.
He's not even good at being a politician. It's one, like, I'm not really, I should say, I'm not stunned by how Richie Torres is, because we see him in social media. Like, he's a fucking lunatic on Twitter, like absolute fucking lunatic. But it's a good politician who, let's be clear, is still soulless, but would be able to navigate that interview in a way that makes them look better. Rich Torres doesn't even have that ability.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all. There's a little bit more where Adam Friedland explains, like, I grew up as a Zionist. He tries to share his perspective, and he tries to bring the human element to this conversation, which we never ever see. It's sad that a comedian can do this before a lot of journalists, so credit to Adam Friedland. Like, this is an incredible interview, but like, just the way that Richie Torres was completely unbothered by the things that he was saying, and he just goes right back to the talking points. It was like, I don't even know how to explain my feelings. Like, it's shocking. Like, this man is a fucking sociopath.
What really struck me about this, and we're gonna watch more, I assume, right? We have more clips to watch.
Yeah,
but what really struck me, and I said this on the Majority Report earlier today because we watched some of it on the Majority Report. Richie Torres comes across as if he's offended by what Adam Friedland is saying,
right?
Which is so bizarre because Adam Friedland is the Jewish person who also, as he says in the interview, lived in Israel for a time, who has that direct connection. Obviously, he brought up with his family. I believe, like he said, like he had a discussion with his dad about it, who does not agree with him. Yet Richie Torres it comes across like he's offended, like Richie Torres is a Jewish person or an Israeli, and like what Adam Friedland is saying is offensive to him because he has some sort of ties to Israel, like direct ties. I mean, Richie Torres has ties to Israel. They involve money flowing in that helps his career as a politician.
This specifically, these are the ties.
Yes.
This is from Sludge this week, by the way, everyone.
But he's acting offended as if like his career ties are the equivalent of like someone's family or hometown or where they lived or their religion is equivalent. And it's such a sniveling little fucking thing to do. Like, he really comes across like an asshole.
Yeah, like, he claims he's
a literal war profiteer, right? That, like, be clear about what this headline is saying. He is a war profiteer, profiting off genocide.
But like, to claim that Adam, like, I think it's in the next clip most likely, but he tries to claim that Adam Friedland's being anti-Semitic. Like, the gall it takes to tell somebody who lived in Israel, who's a Jewish person, that they're being anti-Semitic. Like, when he's just describing the obvious impact of a genocide that the U.S. government continues to fund. Like, I don't know how Rich Torres thought that he would come off looking good in that moment, saying something like that.
I don't know how he sleeps at night. I genuinely don't know. Or actually, I should say I didn't know until watching this. And it's like, oh no, he doesn't experience emotions like other human beings. He's a sociopath. This is the second clip. This is directly after the one we just watched.
And I grew up a Zionist. And we were told, and our whole community in this country is told, that we have to defend Israel and love Israel because it'll stop the Holocaust. It will stop another Holocaust from happening. And my dad was born in 1951. That was 6 years after these atrocities. His friends' parents, he knew these people that had been through this hell, these skeletons. And it terrified us. And the understanding in our community is that we have to defend Israel. But I lived there, and I went to a settlement at the end of my year there, and I looked down the hill at a Palestinian village, and I saw how they lived, and I turned back and I looked at the settlement and saw how they lived. And people live in a world where they're demeaned and dehumanized and surveilled constantly by people and this isn't in Gaza, by people in SWAT team outfits with semi-automatic weapons, and that's what the world is seeing. And you keep telling me that the problem is someone's getting yelled at a restaurant? I'm sorry.
You're conflating two different issues. So I don't
Please. Me saying this to you right now will hurt people in my own family, okay? Because this is a very important thing to us. And the fact that I still fucking care about being Jewish is embarrassing. I should just be a guy. But this feels like a stain on our history. And it feels like it's changed what being Jewish is. Because what being Jewish isn't Israel. Judaism has existed for 4,000 years. This is a country for 75 years. You know, like, it is the oldest, one of the oldest monotheistic religions. Anti-Semitism is one of the oldest forms of hatred. People in my life are going to be mad at me about this, but I'm saying this because I am Jewish.
Look at his face. Just doesn't care. Completely unbothered. It's still shocking to watch this again.
I think there's a moment where he even tells them, like, you know, and they're discussing like the history of Israel and Palestine, and like Richie Torres basically says, "You just don't know what you're talking about," which is incredible for Richie Torres to say to a Jewish guy who lived in Israel, whose family grew up as Zionists. You just heard Adam Friedman's story. I mean, imagine telling that guy that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
The gall. I think that I have the clip that you're referring to. I'm not 100% sure. This is one that Adam himself had shared. This is the last clip that I have.
I think this is the one. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I really wanted to show that moment that you referenced, David, where he basically accused him of not caring about anti-Semitism or being anti-Semitic, because that was just so wild to me.
Hamas murdered thousands of people.
So what does that mean?
That Hamas is a terrorist organization for murdering innocent children and civilians.
How many civilians have been killed in this war?
The war is a tragedy, but
90%
again,
of
you're
them have been
suggesting that
they've killed journalists.
People have been killed in a war. It's been a tragedy.
They've killed people waiting for aid.
But you're suggesting that it is the policy of the Israeli government to murder civilians, and that is a notion that I reject.
You gotta listen, man. You gotta be like a human being about this.
People who are dying in the war, which to me is a tragedy, because war is a tragedy.
Do you feel in your heart that this is what you're saying is right?
If you remove Hamas,
you don't actually think that.
I told you what I believe. Don't tell me
Just a
what
robot.
I believe. I've told you what I believe.
Why would you believe that?
Because there are people who see the world differently. I know it's a shock to you, but there are people who see the world differently from you. Hamas murdered.
Okay, that's not the clip that I was.
No, but still, like the tonal change. He goes from discussing October 7th to the tens of thousands of Palestinians killed is just amazing. Like, one is a horrible terrorist act, the other, oh, it's a war. Who cares? There's no military in Gaza. They don't have a military. Like, what war are we talking about here?
They don't have a city. They don't have.
How many
anything.
Israelis have died since October 7th? Zero. Like, we are talking about an ongoing onslaught and voiced desire to take over the land of Gaza. Like, it's not a war. This is just a complete annihilation of people. So
also, I would not say anyone is suggesting that it is Israeli military policy to kill civilians. It is what's happening. I'm not suggesting
Right.
it is what's happening.
Dead ass. Yep.
It is absolutely their intent. Also, I do love the idea that like I tell you what I believe and it's truth. You tell me what you believe and it's just, you got to understand people think differently than you. Oh, but I think differently than you, but that's not your excuse for why I could have those feelings, right? No, you think I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the way that they go back to Hamas again and again, the talking points. There is a Palestinian territory that is not run by Hamas. It's called the West Bank, and Israel is currently trying to annex the West Bank. They are building more settlements than ever. So there's just everything that they say. It doesn't hold up at all. But it doesn't matter. They have talking points like intended to loop. Just goes in a circle, right? To where you can never actually have a meaningful conversation because they know that 10 times out of 10 they lose on the substance, which is why it always devolves into, oh well, you're just being anti-Semitic, because they just want to shut down the conversation. And it's why there's so much efforts to censor anyone speaking out, going after student protesters. There's the ADL effort to censor Wikipedia because they're claiming Wikipedia is biased against Israel because the truth fucking hurts.
Oh yeah, I forgot how Richie Torres when in that first clip when Adam Friedland brings up like how Torres and other Zionists focused on like college campus protests and like someone being loud at a restaurant during a pro-Palestinian protest or something, and that's their focus and not the genocide in Gaza. And Richie Torres says, oh, it's more than that. You could read the ADL surveys. The ADL has the ADL is no longer. I mean, there was a time they used to be a very pro. They are right now, but there was a gap in between of them being a very pro-Israel organization to them actually focusing on anti-Semitism, actual anti-Semitism, and dangerous right-wing extremism. There was a time where they actually had a good repertoire there. But under what's his face, Jonathan, what's his name again? Greenblatt. They have reverted once again to being a Israel first, full-on Zionist organization. Any of the good work they had done about extremism is out the window, and it's because of their own changes to how they do their research. They have openly admitted that when they track extremism and anti-Semitism now, they count any sort of pro-Palestinian protest in that category.
Right.
So you could just throw the ADL and anything they put out the window until if they ever decide to change policy again, which would require Greenblatt being gone from the organization.
Mm-hmm. But that lack of credibility is what led to this war with them against Wikipedia, because Wikipedia, it kind of, I forgot specifically what the story was. Philip DeFranco talked about this today, but they have downgraded ADL status to not as reliable, specifically when it comes to Israel-Palestine. Like, they didn't say that they're unreliable when it comes to other data that they've used, LGBTQ rights, other hate crimes, specifically just this, because the organization very clearly, institutionally, is Israel first. But because of this, because their credibility is hurt and their fifis have been hurt, they're trying to censor Wikipedia, and Republicans, of course, took the ball. So now they're on this huge campaign to get Wokepedia to be unwoke, which just means like to be pro-genocide, I guess. Like it's genuinely so disgusting to watch.
Yeah, I was looking it up during their conversation. Al Jazeera released that over like 52 Palestinians had been killed and 33 starved to death, like just during the course of that one episode that the two of them were doing that. And it brings me back to, people like Richie Torres who are still spouting those same points. It's that, liberals are comfortable debating this as if like we care about a two-state solution, even though we don't recognize one of those two states. We're going to use all these talking points. there's like an active extermination taking place, right? Like it's not in the phase now where it's like, oh well, we don't really know what's going on there. We know exactly what's going on there. You know, we've seen beyond the fucking zone of interest. We're actually witnessing it take place every single day. So it's not even like below the bare minimum for him to be saying those kind of things. It's you are an active participant in doing propaganda for this in the same way that other people are doing. And you know, get on Adam for actually just calling him out, because a lot of his talking points fall flat when they're actually pushed to account.
Yeah, and on that note of propaganda, the free press, which basically should be tried like the Nazi propagandists were at new Nuremberg tribunals, called Adam Friedland a capo for this interview.
Oh my
God. They basically say the role Friedland is playing is that of the capo, the Jew articulating and or acting out the wishes, conscious or unconscious, of the Gentile majority. This is literally the world's oldest or second oldest profession. I mean, what do you even say to that? Like, this guy is pouring out his heart. He's a comedian. He's not a journalist. He doesn't have to do this, but he is. He's trying to humanize Palestinians and bring empathy to the conversation, and they call him a fucking capo. Like, this is so disgraceful. Like, these people, honestly, I don't know how they live with themselves. I couldn't if I was doing shit like this.
I think I found the moment, by the way. Just one more clip to share from this.
Right now, I'm telling you what it's like to be my experience being Jewish.
Yeah, but there are others who have a different.
I'm trying to see. Why is one better than the other? Why is one more important than the other? I'm trying to share with you. You're in the government. I don't get a chance to talk.
Of course.
Okay. I think hatred of Jewish people has exploded in this country, and I don't think it's. I think it's because it's of our support of what looks to be an absolute brutality. And I think that
you think that's a justification for anti-Semitism?
Here's the thing:
you think Israeli government policy is a justification for anti-Semitism? My view is there's no justification for anti-Semitism.
I think that
there's zero justification for anti-Semitism.
Okay, you're deflecting again.
I'm not deflecting. That's my position.
What does it look like to have a flag with a Jewish star, and I'm Jewish, and for kids to be starving right now? Why is my government? I don't want to do this fight. Let's not do like a yelling at each other thing. I really just, for me, I had the experience of.
It just sounds like you're justifying anti-Semitism, which making me feel like.
Are you crazy right now?
Okay.
Why would I do that? You're doing the I'm Hamas thing?
I'm not.
Anyway, we can keep going, but that's like the idea that that's what Adam Friedland was doing is just.
It's not justification, but it's absolutely happening.
Yeah, it's cause and effect.
Adam Friedland is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise around the world because of Israel's actions.
When you tell people that being critical of the Israeli government is anti-Semitic, do you think that's going to help or hurt the fight against anti-Semitism?
Right.
Like it's just wild.
Right.
He also makes a distinction, like midway through there, to separate the two. By the way, he says, like, do you think the anti-Semitism, the Holocaust denial, is coming from the left, the kids on campuses protesting genocide, or do you think it's coming from the right? Because it's like it's overwhelmingly coming from the right. You're weaponizing Nazis, right-wing radicals, extremists, nationalists.
Right.
I mean, nearly every active, nearly every Jewish person who is active in politics is, at the very least, like center left. Like there's not many that are right wing. So the idea that the anti-Semitism would be growing from the left is ridiculous. But what you have is people, Zionists, claiming that any sort of pro-Palestinian protest or action on the left is anti-Semitism, which then fuels the idea even more so. So what you have is a growth of both real anti-Semitism on the right and then just claims of anti-Semitism all around, anywhere where there's someone criticizing Israel, and you just have a big mess, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, it belittles the actual cases of anti-Semitism, and anti-Semitism rises unabated, unanswered, untouched.
And just to reiterate, like Richie Torres is not a Republican. Like the genocide denial that we just watched came from a Democrat. And on that note, as I mentioned earlier, this week the DNC voted against the arms embargo, and it's not like if they voted yes on the arms embargo or whatever the resolution said, they'd have to institute that by Tuesday. They have no power. They could literally just do it to placate us, like to lie to us. But they are not even willing to do that. Like they don't fuck with us so hard that they're like, I don't even care about lying to them. Fuck them. We will never give them what they want. And but the same institution that did that, they also this is what they do. So this is a song that they played to wrap the DNC meeting. This is an actual song that they put free to sing along after voting against an arms embargo in the same week that Israel bombed a hospital with five journalists, killed 20 people, 5 of them were journalists, then double tapped it. They're like, nope, we're not going to do the arms embargo, but this is our song. Dems, we rise, stronger together, blue skies. Like, go fuck yourselves. Like, it's so appalling.
The people are aroused with this song.
Wait, is there a recording of this somewhere? I want to hear it.
I looked. I have not found the recording. I would love to hear that.
Democrats, we shine blue. Are you pirates? What's going on here? Yar BRC chanty, the fight song. We rise.
Can you imagine singing this? This reminds me of when I worked at Walmart. We did our shift huddles, and they'd be like, "We have to do the we are Walmart," but this is like the Democrat version. Like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy.
These people just like completely isolated from society? That they like?
Oh, they must be.
This is the shit they come like. It's just. I don't understand the mindset you have to be in to be like, I know what we need, a fight song. I don't understand this person.
Lift your voice, we're bold and true. Onward, Democrats, we shine blue. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this sounds like
if only
some
there
shit
was
that
a
I'd
fight
hear
song
as a
that we
kid
all knew.
from Barney.
Or Kamala.
That would have been less cringe, and that, don't get me wrong, would have been cringe as fuck if they dropped the fight song again, if they tried to redo that, but that would have been better than this, whatever this is.
I forgot about the fight song.
Katy Perry.
Do you remember when the fight song was playing in the background and Hillary Clinton was screaming at somebody who was protesting her? You Bernie Sanders supporters! The background. This is my fight song. Oh, so.
And now Hillary is what, defending Donald Trump's foreign policy. That's what I saw.
Indeed.
Yep.
Incredible.
But yeah, people are like, "Oh, she was
Wait,
right
she
about
is?
everything."
I missed it. What did she say?
He's crushing it with regard to NATO. She said something else. I didn't watch the whole clip. I couldn't take it.
I feel like this is being said because Bill Clinton's in the Epstein
Caught
files.
me like
That's kind of
Colonel
the feeling I got off it.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, but I mean, like, Hillary, you don't have to cover for Bill Clinton. We all know he was in the Epstein files. This is your chance to spread your wings and leave him. Leave that disgusting man, girl. We know you like women. It's fine. Like, leave him. That's not okay. Like, he's a pervert. He's disgusting. Yeah. Oh, oops. So this is related to Democrats. Actually, I should before I share this with you, because of the response, there was a story in Wired from Taylor Lorenz about Democrats that are getting paid like $8,000 a month. Or influencers getting paid by a dark money Democratic group. $8,000
a month. Like, you know, for the Canadians
How much
watching,
Wait, how much?
$120,000 Canadian a year. Like, that's 10 grand a month Canadian. And like, that's more than a lot of people's fucking salaries just to shut your mouth, just to not talk shit, just to have a channel that says Orange Man bad, nothing else. That's it. Just Orange Man bad.
Never criticize Democrats, never criticize each other. Like, you can't criticize individuals within the group.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a long story. I would recommend everybody read it, because with each paragraph, my jaw was on the fucking floor. But a dark money group is secretly funding high-profile Democratic influencers, an initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online. Offers influencers up to $8,000 a month, so up to $8,000. That's a fuck ton of money. To push the party line, all they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content. And there's also a link to a different story about how Biden had shut out Gen Z influencers who supported him in 2020, but then criticized him. So they're basically trying to cultivate a right-wing equivalent, but it has to be a complete echo chamber. Nobody can criticize Democrats, and this is how they're going to combat the rise of like the right-wing manosphere, Rogan podcast circuit. And I've got to say, based on the individuals who are part of this, I don't think it's gonna be very competitive against
Not
Republicans.
going to be very effective.
No.
David Pakman, Occupy Democrats, I think were the biggest names that I was.
A lot of them, I think, are TikTok. I mean, I never heard of most of them, like TikTokers. I'm guessing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Olivia Juliana, I like
Oh my
screamed
God.
because I'm like, that was the first thought. I'm like, oh, I bet Olivia Juliana, and I saw that. I'm like, ah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't need a report to know that one. She was obviously getting paid.
They didn't even have to pay her though. She would do that shit for free. But so this is, I want to circle back to this guy, Too Raw, Too Real. This is a K-Hiver. He actually was brought to the White House. He met with Joe Biden. So this is his response to the story. And I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I was trying to save it for the show. So my reaction
I've never seen it, but we got to play Pakman's response. Apparently, he's got like a 5-minute video he just uploaded where he, defends himself.
Oh, does he? Yeah. We'll watch that. I haven't seen Pakman's response. Too Raw, Too Real. I don't know. He's had me blocked before I even knew who he was. Like the first time I discovered him, I realized, oh, I'm blocked by him. Anyways, this is his response.
Damn it, Taylor, you caught me. You caught me like Colonel Mustard in the Library of the Candlestick. You got the clue, girl. You did it. This is what we talk about, real journalism. I'm talking about she's giving Diane Sawyer a run for her motherfucking money.
What is it? Diane, tell me.
People watch this guy like
Do you know? Do you really know?
Apparently.
Did you really know?
No, you know.
Thank you.
Let me start off by saying this. Taylor Lorenz, you're a piece of shit, and I don't know
He got the Vote Blue Cup in the video, though. So, like, shilling during this. That's hilarious.
how you can call yourself a journalist without even doing a lick of fucking research. You're just thirsty. So I want you to drink this up. You said in your article that we are not allowed to disclose the fact that we are cohorts of chorus. If that's the case, then why did it November 20th, to be precise, 2 weeks after the election, I had a donation link and a video disclosing the fact that I was trying to partner up.
Okay, he did not read the article because she's not saying that Chorus is behind this. Chorus is supplying the, I think it's 60/30 group, who's paying them with the people. So he's misrepresenting her article. I don't know if he read it, but like that's not what.
Well, what it specifically said is you were not allowed to talk about receiving the $8,000 a month as part of this, like, behind the scenes thing where you're not allowed to criticize Democrats and you just basically target Republicans. That's what they weren't allowed to talk about. Especially, that's from she has access, or at least the articles based on leaked WhatsApp groups between the people inside there, and even reveals what they were talking to each other. Like people within the groups, according to the article, were not comfortable with it. Like a lot of people were like, I wish that we didn't have to, like, and eventually it got to a point where they were like, I think we're at stage 5, acceptance, as in we just got to accept their contract and take the payday. Because again, that's an obscene amount of money. Like, I don't know about all of you. Right. I've been reached out to by political parties and politicians, but it's never been with money attached. It's always like, do you want to volunteer to have this person on your show or come to this event? And the same thing with like that progressive PAC that was paying a bunch of people. Like it turned out like Dylan Burns and Sander Hall and Lonerbox were getting paid by this other org. They never offered me money. I mean, I guess I'm just not that big of an influencer, or just I'm too low on their scale. But this one, like $8,000 a month is nuts. Like, that's a lot of
listen,
cash.
Here's the thing. You don't have to take that. I understand why you would want to. It's a lot of money, but like, you don't have to take it. I was offered a sponsorship from, I think it was Alienware. They said anywhere between $200 and $5,000. I didn't take it. I don't want to have to research this company if they are union busters or ethically sourced or whatever. So it's easier to just like try to withhold your principles. Now, having said that, though, like I'm in a better financial position on YouTube where I can like make money through Patreon and ad revenue. But at the same time, like I still wouldn't take money from an unethical company or a company that is trying to get me to talk about things in a certain way where you lose editorial control. Like it really seems like they were very strict about
that's
the things they talk about.
That's the issue. Like, I wonder what would have happened if someone took the money and then just didn't abide by their restrictions, like, or they supposedly had like regular meetings or something. Like, take the fucking money, don't do the meetings, talk about Gaza, criticize Democrats, and see what happens. Like, that's kind of like the path they should have. Some of them at least should have tried.
Well, couldn't you be sued? Like, wouldn't that be a violation of your terms of contract?
But it's supposed to be. It depends what the contract says. I mean, it's supposed to be secretive. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that type of shit would hold up in court. Oh, and by the way, the Alienware thing was like a sponsorship, so it wouldn't be secret. Like Alienware just gives me money to like work in like talking
Right, but
points.
but to be clear, I'm like, we're not criticizing people who take ads or sponsorships.
No, I don't give a shit about that.
People who like, are offered a very large sum of money to be like, just keep doing what you're doing, right? Like if it's just like, hey, you can just keep doing your reporting. I don't want to editorialize anything, but here's money because I like your message. That's different than being like, you can't talk shit about Democrats, but just talk shit about the Republicans only. It's at that point, it's like, well, then you have no morals. Like there's no point in you being a commentator, a journalist, even an influencer, because you've been influenced, right? Like you are for sale. Your opinion is for sale. You will be censored or silenced depending on who can offer you the most amount of money.
Yeah. And remind me after this, Ken Klippenstein posted one of the interviews that they got with Democratic leadership, which, by the way, this is part of it. You by signing this, you get access to Democratic interviews and stuff like that. But there's a view count that Ken Klippenstein shared that's genuinely fucking hilarious. But let me click play because there's more to this.
Of course, where we were trying to get funding, there was a donation link and it's still up there in my bio. This isn't breaking news. My followers know. Everybody knows. We hosted forums. I'm confused on how this is news. And secondly, you wrote about Chorus before. Did you not write an article saying that they weren't paying content creators, Chorus isn't doing anything, that content creators feel like they're not getting paid, they're doing free labor, this, that, and the other? So which one is it? Are we getting paid? Are we not getting paid? What the fuck do you really know?
That's not what the article says, you dumbass.
We're not allowed to bash Democrats or actually give them any type of constructive criticism. However, I swear I'd be on damn Bernie Sanders' ass like flies on shit. I do.
Oh my fucking God. The idea that he's allowed to criticize Bernie. So actually, we can criticize Democrats. He first, not even a fucking Democrat, but second of all, like Bernie's one of the only few people that are critical of what Democrats are doing. Like, of course you can criticize him.
How many times do you think this guy has pointed out that Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah, we're. I love how he just casually drops that. Of course, we're not allowed to criticize Democrats, dude. So you exclusively like are only allowed to glaze up a fucking party doing a genocide. I mean, listen, there's a reason why all these people who were selected didn't say fucking anything about the genocide when Biden was overseeing it. Like these people are gross. They have no morals. It is absolutely despicable that you are basically able to be bought. Like they could buy your silence. That's gross. That's fucked up.
Call my video going viral of what the fuck Chuck when I called him out about the continuing resolution and how he did not hold the motherfucking line with the rest of the damn Democrats in the House. Because motherfuckers like this will not get the job done. How can you sit here and say that you care about us, but you're selling us to Elon Musk and Donald Trump? I don't see how you can say that you care about Medicaid and you care about veterans and all these other things, but you said that you're going to vote for this shit. What are we doing here? I'm confused.
That's like probably literally the only time he's actually criticized a sitting Democrat in his entire life.
Yeah, and by the way, doesn't the article go into you have to clear it with like the group first? So he would have had to like he would have had to email them and be like, "Is this okay if I do this?" Like,
right. It's so embarrassing. You should have just not responded.
Nothing you're saying is making any sense, and my platform shows something of the contrary, ma'am. Ain't been nothing but full transparency over here, sis. Seems like you're just a saltine salad. Eat you a salad, sis. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Make sure you get a lot of croutons and some ranch dressing to match your complexion. Because that's really what it comes down to, isn't it? Y'all are so used to content creators always doing shit for free, and y'all don't think that we deserve the funding when the mere fact of the matter is people rely on influencers, particular content creators, to get their news because we understand that corporate media isn't reliable anymore. This is like the second failed article that you wrote about Chorus. And since you don't know shit about it, let me tell you about it. Chorus is a cohort working with content creators for us to get trained and paid.
He's doing the pitch, the sponsorship. Is this an ad?
And the training is so that we can be better. I swore my videos have gotten better. Better set piece, better lighting, a motherfucking microphone. All because we're sharing fucking ideas. Are we all doing the same type of videos? No. Are we all talking about the same?
Sharing ideas. That's what we do. We have a group chat, Leftist Mafia. We share fucking shit. Like what? You don't have to.
Chorus approved ideas.
Yeah. I'm not part of some group where I have to be like, David, is it okay if I post this? Lance, I'm gonna criticize Matt in this video. Do I have your sign off? Like, what the fuck?
How dare you?
Thing? No. I talk about the shit that I want to talk about. But I'm not obligated to do any video other than what I want to do. So everything she's saying is bullshit because you know white women love to lie. But the thing that's concerning me is this white woman's lie might put people like me and other content creators in danger.
What?
There was
How
multiple
would it
authors.
put you in
by the way. I
danger?
just want to be clear. I don't think Taylor Lorenz was the only one who did the article. But for other, like, a big point would be, I agree with the sentiment that there needs to be people funding independent leftist media. It's why I try to fund independent places in Canada, like The Breach and Ricochet and stuff like that, because they need funding. This is different. Like there's two totally separate stories going on. One would be, yeah, independent media needs funding, and if you get an offer, take it. But if they want to control your narrative in any way, shape, or form, you're no longer independent. You have to accept that. At that point,
Right.
you are now for sale. You've been bought. That's the
And that should be disclosed. Like, people
Yes.
following you should know that you're being funded, and there are these restrictions. Like,
And there are
that's
editorial
otherwise you're
restrictions.
just being dishonest with your audience.
Yeah, once you lose that editorial control, you are no longer an independent content creator. And I'm sorry, like, how exactly does this put you in danger? How, like, what? Because you were named in an article, you're a public figure.
I
If
think he
you're
means
that
I
sensitive-
think he means he's going to lose $8,000 a month, so he'll be down to whatever the hell he makes based on his TikToks or the fuck.
I mean, maybe like when I hear danger, it's like, oh my god, somebody's gonna harm me. I don't think that Taylor Lorenz was calling for violence against these people. I think she was just like shedding light on people with influence over the Democratic Party. On that note, though, Ken Klippenstein shared this, so this is hilarious to me. While this part of the paid Dem influencer story is how little they have to show for it, so this is their interview with Hakeem Jeffries. We have him as well, Too Raw, Too Real. Has 164 views. This is what they're paying for.
My second channel where I talk about games does better than this.
Bro, I could just like take out my phone and record a fart and it would get at least 1,000. And like, that's not even a brag. Like, if
So
you
why
are
do
a
you think
large
you guys
content
would
creator, it
approach,
doesn't.
though? Is it just because you have too many pro-Palestinian videos, or because you have too many videos criticizing the Dems? Because like, I would assume they would reach out to larger creators first, right? Like, you guys both have like 500,000 subs.
I feel like they know
Okay.
that we're not gonna take bullshit. I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like there's sort of. I mean, you can kind of guess by looking like, yeah, I can see Pacman taking the money. I can see Olivia Giuliani taking the money. Like, there are certain creators, even before they took the money, you can kind of see what path they're on.
The Olivia Giuliana one bugs me the most because she was one of the people who was like lying out loud because she constantly targeted left of center critics, right? So she would always go after what she called Bernie bros and the toxic, atmosphere that they created. And then she would respond with sentences like she's got like actual tweets. They're like, I am not paid to say this. I do not receive any kind of funding for my opinions. I'm doing this and all this kind of stuff. And it turned out you did. Like you were being
Right.
paid to say this.
That's so funny. No, it's the reason why we're not being asked to join is because obviously they know that they can't control us. We're not good like from the beginning because we criticize Democrats. Like I mostly shit on Republicans, but I also shit on Democrats frequently as well, and they just can't have that. The only way they're going to play ball with podcasts is if they get somebody who they know is not going to ask hard questions, or if they accidentally stumble into a situation where they don't know what they're getting themselves into. The Alyssa Slotkin, Crystal Ball situation, the Richie Torres, Adam Friedland situation. Otherwise, they will avoid these types of potential viral moments like the plague, because everything that the Democrats do has to be like perfectly curated, and they have to make sure everything is scripted. Like, they can't just be human beings. They can't just talk and maybe fuck up or look stupid once in a while. So that's why they wouldn't fuck with us. David and I were like before. Do you remember, David? We were in talks for the leftist like TV station, and then they sent us like NDAs, and we were both talking to each other back. We're like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah,
it's not an NDA.
Yeah, the whole thing from the beginning seemed a little bizarre because I'm like, I don't even understand what this is, like how this is serving people differently than what we're already doing. And it got, I forgot the specifics, but it got weird to the point where like, I think we're good. We're not going to sign this.
Yeah, like the idea of like a television channel for leftists sounded really cool. But at the same time, once they start trying to like make you sign NDAs, which are inherently, I think, predatory, and when you don't know anything else, but the first thing they want for you to do is sign an NDA, I think that's a huge red flag.
And then I think there began to be like requirements on like, oh, you're gonna have to do like this 2 times a week or something. I think there was something like that where it's like we had to start we had to guarantee deliverables. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking I'm doing this because I don't want a boss. Like, you know, I got stuff to say, and I definitely don't want to have to answer to anybody. So no, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that anyone would want to put themselves in a situation where they are like their hands are tied. The only time I've ever signed like agreements is if they were completely like there was no non-exclusive license and I had full editorial control. Like Means TV, I basically would like send them my videos and they would put the videos as is. Not a single time I've ever questioned what I could or couldn't talk about. Like that's the only way that you can do this. Because if you get yourself in a situation where they're able to control what you say, or they have oversight, or they could say, you know what, this we don't like this. Could you reword that? Like that's dangerous. Like you have to have editorial control to be independent. That is the most important fucking thing. Otherwise, you might as well just be fucking a corporate drone. Go work for CNN or MSNBC.
Like I've done one sponsorship ever, like over 10 years, and it was late last year. It was a news aggregator. I forget what they're called, but it was I did like one video for them, but it was like placed three times, I think, over the course of the month. And even that process was like, once I did it, I'm like, I'm never again. Just because, because like, here's the edit of like what I'm talking about. And they were great in terms of like, you know, no content. They didn't care about any of that. They just wanted the ad in the video. But they got very specific about like, what's in the, like the screenshot I'm using of the news story in the ad. And this, and just like all these edits, and it was supposed to be like in the contract, it's like one edit, and they're trying to push for more edits. I'm like, no, the contract says one. Like, just that having to have those discussions at all was like too much for me. I'm like, no, never again.
David, oh my God,
I fucking need you. I don't fucking care. Like, I only agreed because I actually liked the news aggregator when I was using it. So it was like sure, whatever. But no, it was too much. It was too much. I didn't want to have to think about that anymore. Like, you know, so I don't even do ad reads. Like, and again, I have nothing against people doing ad reads, but I'm just like, it's too much.
It's too taxing. Like when you said that, it made me feel better because I did the same thing. I did what, God, I forgot the name. It's Ground News.
Yeah, that's what.
Because I used to use them too. But yeah, it was like 200,000 views for the ad. So however many times it takes to get to 200,000 views. And the first video I put up with their ad in it got to 200K, but they weren't happy because it like people didn't click it, and I'm like, that's not the motherfucking agreement. Like,
yeah,
it's just like
exactly.
200,000 people signed, so I'm not gonna adjust it. Like, I'm just recording this real quick. Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, I'm not trying to sell the product. Like, I'm just, you got the shout out, homie. Take it or leave it. So I didn't do like a second one they offered. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
it's just too much. I don't even want that control. I'm just like, don't control anything. Ever. Don't tell me what I can and can't say, even if it's in a fucking sponsorship for your product. I genuinely do think that that's a great source. Like, it's a news aggregator, so that's useful. But like, I'm good. I do have. Sorry,
Brian Taylor Cohen put a video out about it as well. As David Pakman and Brian Taylor Cohen are making videos on it.
Oh, really?
Brian says some people have questions about the Creator Scholarship Program I co-founded. Chorus. I didn't know he was a co-founder.
Oh, he co-founded it?
Yeah, he was a co-founder.
Oh, no shit. I have the David Pakman video pulled up. This one's only...
I just want to see a little bit of it. I'm just curious what his take is.
I saw a clip from Ken. We don't have to watch 8 minutes. I don't want to see 8 minutes.
No, I know. But I'm just curious with the underline.
Yeah,
how many crypto ads are in this one?
I don't know. Maybe there's none. Hopefully. Okay, yeah, we'll just watch a couple minutes.
Not even going to talk about this because I hate participating in the drama.
I'm not even going to talk
I hate
about this
the
and he drops
circular
an 8
firing
minute long
squad
video.
that often builds on the left. But it's really important that my audience know what's going on. So I am going to talk about it. I was named in an article in Wired yesterday. And the article is about a so-called dark money group on the left called Chorus. And I'm named in the article along with other creators as being part of the group. And since this article came out, I've heard from a bunch of you. David, did you sell out? David, is the DNC telling you what to say? How could you do this to us? I knew back in 2021 when you had the following to say that you must have been getting paid by someone, and here's the proof. And I was not even going to give this the time of day, but my relationship with you, my actual audience, is the most important thing. And so I decided to do this segment. I also was told that other creators, like a Twitch streamer named Hassan Piker, were covering this in ways that don't reflect the reality of the situation and are perpetuating.
Does David Pakman think that like Hassan Piker is some sort of small bore?
The way he talked
that he has
about
to
him, sure
explain
came.
to his audience. There's a Twitch streamer called Hassan Piker. Is that his name?
Parker, I believe, is his name.
Has David Pakman never mentioned Hassan on his show before? I mean, I guess there was no reason to. He doesn't really cover Israel and Palestine. I mean, what? That was bizarre. That was bizarre.
Falsehoods about what is and isn't going on. Now, I can't speak to the motives of the people that wrote the article or those that are reacting to it. I can't get in their heads. All I can do is tell you what's going on, and then you can judge and you can make an assessment of me. Now, I also want to mention, I'm aware that many of the people I'm hearing of aren't even part of my audience. They're doing the, well, now I'm unsubscribing, and they mostly were never subscribed. And so I'm aware of that, but it doesn't matter because I want to.
That is a real thing that happens where people.
Oh yeah, people do that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the comments, people, I'm unsubscribing now. I don't like what you said about this. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Like, I used to watch you all the time, Mike. You click on it, it's like some Trumpian. Like, no, you didn't.
I love the blockchain ads, but this is too far.
I mean, wasn't Pakman at one point part of the TYT network, right? I know Majority Report was, and I think we were.
I was too.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I mean, you would have to know who Hassan is.
I appeared on TYT a number of times. I was allowed on the power panel, but I wasn't part of the network.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, my audience hears from me about this. Now, the most important thing to say is that the idea behind this group is exactly what I've been advocating for years. It's for years I've been saying the left needs to organize independent media in the way that the right has been doing. The left needs to fund independent creators the way that the right.
This was my exact criticism of this. Like, this is what I specifically said. I was like, no one is saying that we don't need to have well-funded independent media, but also you lose your ability to actually be constructive and editorialize and enact change if you cannot speak ill in a certain way. Like,
he's straw manning. He's just straw manning because that isn't the issue. The issue isn't the funding. The issue is what that means in terms of the contract.
Right.
It'd be great to have funding for leftist media, but you cannot take away the thing that makes independent media so good, which is the independence. And that's what the contracts, which is what the article was about, seem to do, to the point where the people who were being offered were extremely sketched out by it.
If Mike all of a sudden...
No, go ahead. No,
I was just going to say, if Mike, the Humanist Report, if a video suddenly started with, really happy to announce everybody that I've got a new sponsor for the show, Shell, don't worry, it's not going to change any of my editorializing content you love. Anyways, we have to talk about the climate change hoax and how it's been blah, blah, blah. Immediately, everyone would be like, oh, okay, well, this is bad, right? Like, now you see why it's wrong.
Right. Yeah, it's,
I was just
I don't know
say,
if you want to switch to Brian.
I want to see if he addresses like
we can keep going
the disclosure stuff, because that seems to be the one of the main issues too. And if this is his first time mentioning,
do like 1.5 speed.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom while it's playing, so I won't be able to pause it until I get back. But I will try to be quick.
Oh boy, that's what are you doing to us?
I will leave you with David Pack.
I could probably remove it if I needed to.
Okay. Oh, that's true. Okay.
Has won even arguably presidential elections because they're organized with regard to online and independent media. They're killing us. We've been so behind. And this kind of support for creators is exactly what I've been advocating for. Now, the article is riddled with inaccuracies, and they're not minor inaccuracies. First and foremost, this group has nothing to do with the DNC. People writing saying, the Democratic Party is telling people what to say. At its base, the group has nothing to do with the DNC, period. Number two, I do not get clearance for anything I say. I do not run interview questions by anyone at Chorus. I don't tell Chorus when I'm going to be doing an interview. Not a single segment I have done, not a single question I've ever asked a guest has anything to do with Chorus. They don't tell me what to talk about. They don't tell me who to interview. They don't tell me how to cover a story. There are no restrictions of any kind on my content. I've never covered a story because Chorus suggested I do it. I've never not covered a story because Chorus suggested I not do it. There is no content relationship of any kind.
But those aren't the parameters of the contract. Like he's misrepresenting, it seems, what they're saying. It's that like being part of this gets you access to politicians in the first place, not that you have to run the interview questions by anybody. That's not what the article is alleging.
There's also likely
access.
There's also likely different contracts depending on the creator, because it's up to $8,000 a month. So someone like Pac-Man's definitely getting $8,000. But then there are others who are lower on the list, probably have different contracts written up with different restrictions with the money they're getting.
Well, we don't know if Pac-Man's making 8K, so let's.
Okay, we don't. Right. My guess is that he would be on the higher rung, because the article discusses like there's a limit, like the 8K is the top, but it depends on.
But we also don't know how much
what your
work
audience is.
he's done for them too. Like there's different parameters here that we would need to know first. But I'm looking through the article. Taylor Lorenz never says that this has anything to do with the DNC. I don't know.
No.
She never says that it's like an official Democratic Party connected outfit either.
It's a dark money group that donates to Democrats. Right. She's all of these criticisms of the article aren't things that she alleged at all. I read the entire article, so I don't understand. Like they're kind of making a straw man, possibly because like from their perspective, you know how the internet is. You see something and then people like use hyperbole, but like that's not what the article says. And
right. Like
Taylor Lorenz is not saying that they're like DNC funded.
Like you could disagree with Taylor Lorenz, like as her personality, what she says online. I have had in the past a friendly relationship with her, and so I sort of know her. I'm not say more acquaintances than anything, but like I totally get that people like disagree with her, have issues with her for various reasons and stuff. But when it comes to her reporting her body of work, not like a social media post that she shares her personal opinion, when it comes to her reporting, I have never seen anything questionable at all. So for people you have a right to question her reporting. Everyone should, question anyone's reporting, but you also need to provide evidence and backup and facts. And I've yet to hear anything that puts what she wrote in question. Like it was a solid report as per usual from her. I would love to hear what people's issues are, other than I don't like that she published this. Or
I would just like to say that Matt's comments don't speak for me because I currently take money from the Taylor Lorenz super PAC. So unfortunately, I'm not able to talk about this. But I do.
Also, like, but also
Taylor
like
sellout.
Another thing that's happening here is they're addressing what like people have said after reading her article instead of her article. Like I don't care what people said. I don't care the assumptions people are making. That's on them. Address the article itself.
Yeah, people are gonna say things that are stupid and inaccurate. I posted a video today about Graham Plattner, and somebody commented and said, "Why are you abandoning Kat Abu Ghazala?" Like that's YouTube, okay? It's like the classic, tweet about, "Oh, I love pancakes," and somebody responds with saying, "Oh, so you hate waffles?" That is inevitable on the internet. But like the crux of the story is the conflict of interest between like being transparent, being able to say what you want to without having to run it by some, dark money group handler.
It's just worth mentioning, if the money isn't the reason that he's not criticizing Democrats over their position on Israel, or not talking about that issue basically at all from what I've seen, and not correcting his mistake when it came to Israel, the hospital attack on, or the attack on a hospital that Israel did, that he claims didn't, and then came out a month later. It was very clear that they actually did. And then, of course, since then has continued to do, and not discuss any. If money isn't the reason he's not doing, that's, I would say, worse. At least money gives you an excuse for being a terrible commentator. But you don't have that money excuse anymore. What is the excuse for not discussing a serious human rights, not discussing a genocide? And the complicity of the Democratic Party in that. Like that seems like a major issue.
If we're being clear, waffles are superior.
I agree.
Oh, so you hate pancakes? Okay.
I don't hate pancakes. I just think waffles are better. They have little syrup traps. Okay, you can put berries and other things inside the crevices.
Yeah, but they're crunchy. I don't know about the crunchiness all the time. Sometimes you want a
part.
soft pancake.
Belgian waffles are honestly out of this world. So I cannot find the Brian Tyler Cohen response. So if anybody wants to link to that, but
it's
I don't
on
know
his
if you
Twitter.
all...
It's on his Twitter.
Oh, it's on
I'm
Twitter.
getting
Okay.
canceled by a lot of the chats right now. Jesus, we
Makes
started.
sense.
You're getting canceled.
It makes sense he wouldn't put it on. It makes sense he wouldn't put it on YouTube because he has a very large YouTube audience, and that's not what they're there for. They don't care about his personal. I mean, even the YouTube, even the video on Twitter for the amount of followers he has, it hasn't gotten very many views because it's like a personal thing that he's addressing. It's not really news and politics, which is what his audience wants, you know?
Yeah. Do you want to switch to that, or do you want to finish with David?
I mean,
Packman's
I would.
video?
Let's keep. I mean, let's keep watching this Pac-Man thing, and then we could watch the.
You're gonna make me hungry, Lance.
Have you ever had fried chicken and pancakes? No, there's a reason for that. You have fried chicken and waffles because it's fucking delicious. All right, and Binder, you live in like near or around Brooklyn. Some of the best fried chicken and waffles I've ever had in my life is in fucking Brooklyn. I'd say the world's best.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I will die on this hill with you, Lance. If the chat actually has a problem, waffles are objectively superior.
The chat is all going for crepe superiority, and crepes were an option. Okay, this is between pancakes and waffles. Stop complicating things.
Expanding the parameters of what we're talking about. You're having a different conversation. Yeah,
expand the terms of service.
So what does Chorus do? They run technical trainings, how to produce content.
This is what the other guy, Too Raw, Too Real, said. It's not about, it's the, like, we know what Chorus does. That's not, it's the, well, I don't remember the fucking name, 3060 or whatever. That's the dark money group that's in the title. That's not, Chorus isn't the dark money group. It's like a talent agency.
Is that there's a DNC-backed dark money group that is funding this think tank that is then funding Chorus, right? That was the chain of title?
Possibly. It's like a human centipede of sorts, but like, yeah. God, they're throwing me off and shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
It's working.
How to make your operation more efficient. How do you take a small shop of 1, 2, or 3 people and put content out on multiple platforms the way I've been doing successfully for decades? They set up mentorship relationships between larger creators like me and small up-and-coming creators who are looking to do content, which is something I've said for years we need to be doing. They do advocacy trainings.
Great.
They do media trainings. How do you deal with adversarial media, reporters with bad intentions who contact you? They do legal training, so we understand how is the right-wing machine potentially going to come after us? How do you organize your business to be protected? That's what they do. And I want to make this really clear, and I know that 99% of my actual audience knows this. If this was a group or an organization that required me to get permission before saying things, or fed me talking points, or told me, David, talk about this and not about that, or anything like that, I would never be part of it, period. Anyone who knows me would know that. Now, I'm one of the larger creators in the current cohort. I want to help others grow. I want to mentor people. I want to grow the left media space. That's something I've been advocating for years. And now the circular firing squad is getting going. You look at TikTok, you look at these different platforms, people going after each other, most of it based on misunderstandings or misreporting about what's happening. Now, let me go to another aspect of this.
Okay.
I've seen messages like, oh, David, when you said X in 2024, that must have been because they told you to. Oh, David, this explains your take on Bolivia from 2017. Now I get why you said that. Or when you did that interview in 2022.
Oh, I forgot all about how he was on the wrong side of the Bolivia thing.
Yeah.
He was so wrong on that.
Wait, has he ever addressed that? Is this the first time he's addressing that?
I think so. Just to be clear, so I got the article in front of me, by the way. The 1630 Fund was funding the Chorus Creator Incubator Program. And not all creators had the same contracts. That part is true. And there are creators who reached out and told Wired, obviously off the, their identities are being held secret, that the contract stipulated they'd be kicked out and essentially cut off financially if they even so much acknowledged that they were part of the program. And other creators said that there's a slew of restricted clauses in the contract that required them to get approval from them first before they ran stories. So this could be a situation with David Pakman happens to be one of the much bigger ones where he wasn't told you have to or you don't have to run a story. So that part could be true, right? Just to be
that's fair
and or balanced here.
That's what I was saying. Different contracts depending on the size, because obviously they're not going to make Pakman say like certain things.
Yeah,
but then to your point, David, that's worse.
Yeah, exactly. It is worse.
You refuse to report on the genocide of your own doing. Like you don't have the excuse.
Yeah, I have no doubt. Like I believe David when he says that they're not feeding him talking points. I think that they look to creators who already ideologically align with them, who typically wouldn't criticize the Democratic Party, who wouldn't talk about the genocide. So I don't think they're giving them talking points. But to Lance's point, yeah, it is true that maybe David had a less restrictive contract. I'd imagine like they probably would be less restrictive with a bigger content creator because you want to score them as part of your roster, I would imagine. I don't know.
Chorus told you to. Even if you wrongly believed that I was now completely compromised by my participation in this group, this thing is brand new. It's like 8 weeks old or something like that, maybe 10 weeks old, something like this. So the revisionism of going back and going, now I understand why David, not only are they not directing content today, this thing is brand new. So that's just like impossible. One other thing I want to mention. The article identifies my friend Brian Tyler Cohen as the co-founder of this group. And now he's being attacked as well. His motives being impugned. Brian worked on this as a volunteer. He has spent hundreds of hours for not a penny on this project, solely because he, like me, believes we need this type of organization on the left. They're killing us on the right. He doesn't need to be doing this for himself. He's trying to do this to build up left-wing content creators, as am I. And so the framing of Brian as some kind of villain in this entire thing, it's just farcical and pathetic. So the bottom line is we need more of this on the left, not less. We need more organization and infrastructure and people understanding how do you build a content machine? How do you produce a podcast? How do you grow an audience? How do you distribute it? How do you organize your day? What's your YouTube setup like? The article is designed...
like the right wing, they invested in podcasts in the sense that like they took advantage of it. Like Trump went on all these comedian podcasts and shit like that. I'm sure that there's certainly funding. There's definitely like right wing billionaire money on the Daily Wire and whatnot. But like we do need something. But of course, it cannot be. You can't be restrictive.
Any group giving Olivia Giuliani like whatever the month, like $8,000 a month. I'm sorry, it's not a group I can trust. Like that is insane.
Right. Yeah,
like look at the choices. Look who they choose to give money to. To me, that tells me everything.
She was going to do a reach out platform show with Richard Hanania, the white supremacist race IQ guy, until people called it out and were like, "What the fuck?" And that was like a reaching out to younger men for Democratic recruitment thing. Like that's a disaster, an absolute waste of cash, and a disaster.
Well, Democrats do love to burn through money, so I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't remember Brian Tyler Cohen being mentioned in the article.
Brian Tyler Cohen released a video because he's one of the co-founders of Chorus itself. So he actually made a video defending what he's doing. I haven't watched the video yet because he just put it up, but a lot of people on the left are obviously trashing it. There's a lot of people quote tweeting it, but it's on his Twitter where he's got a.
But David said that he was mentioned in the article.
He is mentioned, isn't he? He's mentioned.
Is he? I don't remember that for some reason.
I'm looking through the article and like the addition of things that aren't in Taylor Lorenz's article is absurd. Like she mentions Brian Tyler Cohen in a paragraph. Well, first she mentions that he was
in there.
You know, he is in there, and in the paragraph where she mentions him, she says that how he's a co-founder, and the guy Stuart Perlmutter, who founded some other group, co-founded Chorus with Democratic influencer Brian Tyler Cohen, who has over 4.6 million subscribers on YouTube and leads messaging check-ins for the creator cohort on rapid response days. That's basically all there is that mentions him. Like, she does not paint him as a villain. She correctly identifies him as a co-founder of Chorus, and that's it. That's all she says about him.
Also, like to be clear, I like this idea that like they're proposing. Like, I want to build a network of support that helps uplift and build smaller creators, that helps actually fund, like, you know, they keep saying leftists. I mean, these are liberal spokespeople, right? They just want to toe the party line kind of ideas. But that idea in principle is a good thing. I think they should have, or they should have been way more transparent, and there should have never been any aspect of this that editorializes. That's where the whole thing became shady. If you are getting seed money from a Democratic think tank, and part of that is like, you know, editorializing what people say or don't say, that part is you can't be trusted then. But trying to create a network, like, do you want a network of people who actually want to speak and get people elected based on their principles and values, or do you want a network of people that will just toe the party line? I think it's the second one. That's why, you know, this whole quest for the liberal Joe Rogan shit, they didn't realize that like Midas Touch, Brian Taylor Cohen, David Pakman, all of these shows already exist. Pod Save America, one of the fucking largest podcasts in the world. These all serve the interests of uplifting the Democrats and shitting on Republicans, right? And obviously, fuck the Republicans. I'm not here to like, you know, disparage any of that. But at the same time, what is it? Theo Vaughn, XQC, Aiden Ross, Andrew Schultz, all of these shows, those are comedian podcast bros. And those people, they liked and aligned themselves with MAGA, not for the money, but because they all have victim complexes and they don't like being criticized and they don't like being told that, you know, their hacks or their transphobia sucks. And they call that cancel culture and wokeness. And all of them are just like, we want comedy to be legal again. I need a fucking president with balls who's going to fucking blah, blah, blah. Come on to my show, right? Like that's very different. That's not an apparatus run by MAGA specifically to indoctrinate those people, because you can tell they're already flipping a lot of them right now that shit is really bad. Now you're seeing Andrew Schultz be like, I have buyer's remorse. I don't know what to tell you. This guy kind of sucks. I don't like that he's just locking up all these fucking, you know, people who speak Spanish on the streets, blah, blah, blah. Like, and they'll probably one moment be pro Bernie Sanders, next moment be pro fucking fascist. Like, who knows? They're all just fucking dicks. Like, do you want a dick network?
To bolster your point, like, yeah, this idea is actually great. The idea of like training smaller content creators, but it has to exist outside of the democratic apparatus. The second they get their claws over it, it's tainted. Like, you can't trust it. And like Democrats, to the extent that they need to like find the liberal Joe Rogan, like, no. That doesn't mean you create your own. You try to like cultivate something. You take advantage of the existing fucking podcasts that are out there already. Like, you go on the shows. Yeah, go on Majority Report. They're professional. Like, you know, I'm a dickhead who's unserious, but go on Majority Report. Like, why aren't more of them going on Hassan? Like, Hassan brings on like a ton of huge guests. Like, it's because they don't want to be in this position where they're confronted or they're challenged specifically on the thing that they don't want to talk about, which is the genocide. So instead, they just try to create their own thing that's like synthetic and fake. And it's maddening. Like, it's counterproductive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the Brian Tyler Cohen response. Push the volumes up. Okay.
At the risk of giving an internet troll more attention, I want to address a piece that Taylor Lorenz wrote yesterday for Wired. An initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online offers influencers up to $8,000
Why is he
a
doing
month.
that? Just address. She put out a piece of journalism that's legit.
Because
Wired. I'm sure Brian Tyler Cohen. I'm sure Brian Tyler Cohen was just sourcing Wired nonstop earlier this year as they published great reporting on Doge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a break.
Poisoning the well. He's poisoning the well.
Wired wouldn't have published this if they didn't think it was legit. Like, come on now. This is just.
They're all so defensive. I don't get it.
Embarrassing.
Which makes me trust whatever they're going to say less, because they're trying to frame it in this really like bizarre way.
Yeah.
Push the party line. All they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content. Literally nothing in this statement is true. The article is about Chorus, which is a nonprofit that I helped found to build up a creator ecosystem, which everybody says they want, but few are doing. So here's what Chorus is. It is a scholarship program to teach creators how to grow their accounts, foster engagement, launch their own shows, and become profitable on their own. It's an incubator program to build the pro-democracy ecosystem. Influencers and creators have never been more important when it comes to how Americans are consuming their news. The right has been doing this for years, and the left needs to catch up. That's why we're doing this with Chorus. So let's talk about what Chorus is and
maybe
what
he's the mentor.
Chorus does not pay creators for content, does not tell them what to say, does not control who they talk to or work with, and there is absolutely nothing in the contract that could even be reasonably interpreted to say that we do. Period. Full stop. I don't know a single creator who would willfully sign up for a program that would tell them what they can or can't say. That's not what this program is. We pay people to show up to workshops and technical trainings to optimize their content online. For example, we've got trainings on how to package content for YouTube, trainings on how to optimize audience retention for Instagram and TikTok, trainings on how to form an LLC. Again, there are zero restrictions on their content.
Then why is it
and
so
by the way,
secret?
The program works. In just 2 months, our cohort has added a combined 6 million followers, that's not including me, and seen their views and engagement grow. That is the point of the program, to teach creators how to be effective with whatever messages they want to promote. And with regard to keeping it a secret, there is a standard confidentiality clause in the contract to protect the privacy of the creators. On the literal first day of the program, it was made clear to all of the creators in our...
No. Those confidentiality clauses are never about the creators. It's to protect the organization. We always hear this line.
They were also specifically told they were not allowed to say that they were receiving money. That's where this problem comes in, right? Like a lot of people are saying that, like, oh, we were just kind of incubating. It's publicly available. They're up on the Chorus website. It's like, but for the smaller creators, that's what the article was revealing, that they were told that they weren't allowed to tell anyone they were getting this cash. That's where this becomes shady.
I just don't understand why the disclosure couldn't have been done. Like, what do they gain from not?
Yeah, I
disclosing?
know.
There's no reason to
Right.
not
I
disclose.
had like 100 followers, and I was like, this company that like reaches out to like political people is going to give me $1,000. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to talk about it. Thank you,
I mean,
Chorus.
I've disclosed every little thing that I do that could come, even when it doesn't come to a conflict. Like, I'll give you an example. I told you guys, my audience and you guys, over and over again, every detail I could when I went last year to that creator like door knocking thing for Jamal Bowman up in upstate New York. They didn't pay me anything, but they provided me like room, the room for the day that I stayed there to help to do it. So I disclosed that, even though it has no bearing to like anything else. And everyone
You
was
fucking sellout.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but can you criticize Jamal Bowman now? Didn't
I
think so.
remember when I was covering Cynthia Nixon's campaign in 2018. I disclosed over and over again I work for the campaign doing their video stuff. I mean,
oh yeah, well, say that Sex in the City is stupid. I bet you can, 'cause we're paid.
I gotta say it is. All right,
Kickoff
continue.
session
This is
that they
just continue. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Absolutely free to talk about Chorus, and we immediately followed up to confirm that in writing. Creators have.
But again, it's not like it's the 60-30, right? I feel like I'm misinterpreting that because I forgot that, or I didn't realize that they mentioned Brian Tyler Cohen. So I just need to reread the article. I feel like they're gaslighting me and it's working.
They mention him just to share his ties to Chorus. They tell the truth that he is a co-founder of Chorus, and they talk about how he teamed up with his other co-founder and how he runs like the rapid response group or whatever. It's if any of that is incorrect, he should say that, but I don't think it is because he co-founded Chorus.
Yeah. Just go line by line through the whole article and debunk it then. Like, one of them needs to do this.
Videos about Chorus. They've got donation links to Chorus in their bios. I myself have made videos that were posted all over the internet about Chorus that reached hundreds of thousands of people. It is not a secret, and it never was. There's the implication in the article that this is some arm of the DNC or the Democratic Party. We have literally nothing to do with the DNC. I spend 0 minutes of my day thinking about the DNC.
It doesn't say that in here.
Yeah.
Did any of them read the actual article? I mean, it doesn't say that.
But I don't think they want to honestly answer the charges that are in that article, so they're just deflecting, right? And also poisoning the well quite effectively.
But like, this is such a small board thing to do this for that it makes me not want to. If I was a consumer, like I wasn't someone in the industry, in this business, if I was just a viewer, a consumer, their way of framing this and how they're covering such a small bore, meaningless thing would make me not trust any of their content going forward.
Okay.
I guess I'm not being invited to Chorus.
Never would have been invited. You talked about genocide one too many times and criticized Democrats one too many times.
Yeah, that
any
is the
party
through
line.
line,
How could
isn't it?
Yeah.
If there's one thing connecting every one of the creators, I don't think a single one of them has criticized the actions of Israel or the policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and what they did in terms of arming and enabling a genocide. That seems to be something consistent.
I mean, again, they actively cut off Gen Z for Change.
Right.
That was criticizing Biden over his climate change policies, over the genocide. Taylor Lorenz shared the article within this article about that. That's how I know about that. So it's they don't want to work with anybody that is critical. I mean, there's a reason why these influencers have gotten interviews with Democratic leadership, and they would not touch us with a 10-foot fucking pole. We get like interviews with Democrats and stuff like that, but like not the big dogs, and we never would. Not that I'm not mad, I'm not jealous, I'm not even trying to get those interviews, but like there's a selection process, and there's a reason why they make the choices that they do.
Wait, there isn't a party line. Creators are absolutely allowed to speak out against the Democrats, and in fact, plenty do. And frankly, course creators should and do criticize Democrats when they suck, and quite often, they do suck. I've seen posts saying that this is APAC funded, which couldn't be further from the truth. I'd venture to guess that most course creators, myself included on both YouTube and Substack, have spoken out against the atrocities in Gaza. Lorenz says that the 1630 Fund is, quote, a powerful liberal dark money group. 1630 Fund is our fiscal sponsor. One of the largest documented donors to 1630 Fund is the same person funding Meteor's Reporters in Residence program, which Taylor Lorenz herself is a part of. And guess what her monthly stipend is? $8,000 per month. So she's criticizing an entity that is funded by someone that she is currently taking money from. I guess it's okay when Taylor Lorenz gets paid, but no one else.
She actually replied to this on Twitter.
Is so that creators can
you
do
want me
what's
to
work.
share that.
Yeah,
Here,
can you share that?
I will bring it up.
I think we just need a whole debate bro panel between all of them.
She says, Brian is lying. I have zero financial ties to 1630, and neither does the Omidyar Network LLC reporting program, which is not a dark money org. It is nonpartisan. Brian took dark money and failed to disclose his funding. I didn't take dark money, disclosed my funding.
So Taylor Lorenz, we're looking this up really quick. Go back to what Brian Taylor Cohen said about 16. I want to make sure I have what he said correct. Just rewind just a little bit.
Okay. Oops, sorry, wrong one.
Per month. So she's criticizing a sponsor. Myself included on both YouTube and Substack have spoken out against the atrocities in Gaza. Lorenz says that the 1630 Fund is, quote, a powerful liberal dark money group. 1630 Fund is our fiscal sponsor. One of the largest documented donors to 1630 Fund is the same person funding Meteor's Reporters in Residence program, which Taylor Lorenz herself is a part of. And guess what her monthly stipend is? $8,000 per month. So she's criticizing an entity that is
he wrote it correct. He said it technically correctly, but he's connected. But yeah, everything he said is correct. Actually, she might have misheard him. So from looking this up really quickly, in 2020, Pierre Omidyar, who set up the Omidyar, network that is Taylor Lorenz is part of the Reporters in Residency program. He and his wife apparently donated $45 million back in 2020 to one of the 1630 Fund's projects, according to Politico. What project that is, I am not sure, looking at it really quickly. But that's him giving money to 1630 Fund. That doesn't mean 1630 Fund is connected to Omidyar's other like actual projects and the Reporter in Residency program. That's completely separate. So they're conflated. Both of them conflated the same. We're conflating two different things. It seems like.
Oh, okay.
So she's not getting any money from 1630 Fund.
That she is currently taking money from. I guess it's okay when Taylor Lorenz gets paid, but no one else. The monthly
Also, I
stipend
should
that
say
we
that
offer is so that creators can do this work.
This report by Taylor Lorenz is almost certainly one of her reports as part of the part of Omidyar's Reporters in Residency program. Like she just announced that she's part of the winter 2025 cohort, and this is the reporting she's doing as a part of that Reporters in Residency program. So to like say that there's something shady there when she's doing the reporting under that program, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
What this also reveals to me is so many motherfuckers are in some sort of a cohort.
Yeah,
like,
what the hell?
Just losers? Like,
no, the Reporters in Residency.
Damn.
Full disclosure, I've previously applied to that Omidyar Reporters in Residency program. Didn't get in.
Loser. You're just like us. Welcome to the club, Matt.
No, but all they basically do is they pay journalists a monthly stipend to basically do the work that they do. Like I've looked through,
which I think is
everything.
important. There should be.
There's
That's
no
awesome.
there's no strings attached or anything.
That's good.
They literally just give you like I got far enough to actually sit down over Zoom and talk with them. There was no strings. It's just basically they give you the monthly stipend to do this work as part of the Reporters in Residency program. And then like once or twice a month, the group checks in with each other to just see how it's going.
Full-time. We've had numerous creators in the cohort quit their jobs so that they can focus on creating content full-time. That is what we want. I'm really proud that we can give creators that security for as long as they're in the program. We want people to create pro-democracy content full-time, and we want to make sure that they can afford to pay their rent and their bills while doing it. If I could have cohorts with 1,000 people in it so that everybody could be part of the program, I would. For everybody saying that they would like to be part of the next cohort, we would love for you to apply. That's our whole goal. It's to build up an army of pro-democracy content creators who can speak authentically about the issues that they care about and be able to do it as effectively as possible. I should note that while I started this program, I have never and will never get paid. I do this 100% as a volunteer. I have never earned a dime from Chorus, and I never will. I want every dollar that we raise to go to creators so that they can do this important work without spending 8 hours a day working at some different job. I've been saying for years that the left needs to build up its creator space. That has never been more true than it is right now. Influencers and creators have never been more important when it comes to how Americans are consuming their news. The left is a decade behind right now. We desperately need incubators teaching and amplifying new content creators, and not just Chorus, by the way. There are other programs in this space doing the same thing. I want all of them to succeed. We need all of them to succeed. There are people like Taylor Lorenz who are desperate to tear the left apart, and in fact, it becomes clear who her efforts help when you hear stuff like this.
Genuinely, I kind of like Taylor Lorenz because I know that she actually believes what she says. Do you get what I'm saying?
So yeah, I generally don't align myself with friends of Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. I continue to believe
That's not.
They're
that's
attacking
weird.
her. They hate her. They hate her. That was, I don't know what the context is, but that's almost certainly tongue-in-cheek them attacking her. Like they're mocking that she's open about what she believes and how strongly she says these things. And they disagree with her, so they're mocking her that way. They think when she talks, like normies look at her like she's insane or whatever. And so they're mocking that. The fact that you're joining in on that makes you look horrible. What is he doing here?
Yeah, I don't understand why him and David are, and the other guy as well, Too Raw, Too Real. I don't know his real name. I hate having to say Too Raw, Too Real every single fucking time. I don't know why they're being so defensive. If it's not that big of a deal, then you don't have to be that defensive, right?
It's bizarre that he's attacking Taylor Lorenz as some sort of troll splitting up the left when he fucking has that Too Raw, Too Real guy in his cohort, in his little group.
The people you're paying are the ones doing that.
That guy doesn't even talk about politics. That guy just treats politics like it's celebrity gossip and drama. That guy's just constantly online, honestly making even Democrats look worse because this dude just treats everything as if he's gossiping about some celebrity blog. He's like Perez Hilton for the Democratic Party. He looks and sounds insane when he does these videos.
If there were to be a follow-up to this to this article, I would want them to get into like the content that these people actually put out, because to me that is the damning thing. It's like this is what you're giving money to these fucking crazy people. Like this is what you're funding. These people who are attacking attacking Bernie Sanders, calling the left crazy. Like these are the people you're giving money to. Like what does that tell us about your group? So there's definitely more that's worth exploring there.
Like they're totally trying to hide the issue here. There's nothing wrong with creating a group to help out creators. I love that. There's nothing wrong with creators getting paid. I love that. The fact that they think Taylor Lorenz doesn't love that when her whole career has been covering the creator economy. That's her entire bread and butter. That's how she became known, covering creators and how they make money online. That's all great. The issue is that there were apparently, which they don't address, they say that they just basically say that's not true. What they should show is actually, if they want to dispel this, they should show the actual contracts that Taylor Lorenz is citing here to prove that that isn't in there. Taylor Lorenz's report was there's funding behind it that they're not supposed to disclose. And then not that they shouldn't get paid. They can't disclose the funding, where it comes from. And then B, the fact that apparently some of these contracts had actual clauses in there that affects creators, what they actually say and do in their content. That's the issue here. And none of that was addressed.
Yeah. And Mike just left. Yeah, I agree.
How are we going to finish watching this?
I don't know. I think whatever. It's just the issue is the lack of disclosure, and whatever's in that contract that clearly is not that they're not willing to show.
All right. But someone in the chat just said, "Remember when Binder said there was no news this week?" I mean, to be fair, this isn't news.
I would
this is like,
I wouldn't call this like electrifying news.
Yeah, this is just like behind the scenes industry stuff. Like this
is very internal type news.
Yeah, like this doesn't matter, which is why it's so ridiculous that obviously the reporting from Taylor Lorenz is good. It should be published. There's like different levels of like, not everything has to be like world changing news. Like Trump did this, Trump did that, the government's doing this. But like the fact that the way they're covering this is so underhanded really is ridiculous, being that how like low bar this stuff is.
I'm probably going to duck out shortly, but I'm going to get to a couple super chats I do have. Kowalski, I've been suspect of Pac-Man ever since he was against BDS on Israel. He defended their food exports, which are unsustainable, and they take Palestinian water to grow and restrict the remaining water. And
can I respond to this comment that triggered me really quick because it's so stupid?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is not a super chat. Just Taylor got what she wanted. You are bad mouthing some of the biggest names out there. Not a good look, guys. Makes me think bad of you all. Oh no, Frank doesn't think good of us. Oh no,
is this
I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Frank. We're not even bad mouthing them. Like these are big boys. They could take a little bit of criticism.
I almost think that almost sounds tongue in cheek to me, but just in case it's not.
I hope that it is.
Why should you care about whether they're some of the biggest names or whatever? Who cares?
Yeah, if that's the case, then what we're saying on this stream is going to have no impact at all.
Yeah, listen. Do you want to know the thing about criticism? If it's constructive, it's good. I feel like we're not trying to tear these people down. We're just saying there should be more transparency. You know, there was one creator that criticized me in a documentary about 2x2 union busting. Guess what I did? I brought him on the show. And I admitted that his criticism was actually good. Like not all criticism is bad. Like we're not just trying to do a fucking like circular firing squad. I just think that like this is newsworthy, and we are in this space. And I feel like as a creator, as creators, it's important that we share our opinion, because I think that there's some shady shit going on here, and I wanted to hear how they responded to it. And I think that their responses are not very good. I don't know. Like if you're too sensitive, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like chill out, Frank. Go smoke some weed. Like you're being a little bit of a weirdo.
Also, when we started Leftist Mafia, we all had to sign a contract stating that we will go after all of the biggest creators in leftist media. So it's sort of forced.
And that we would kick out one of us, which ended up being Triangle Face. So
I love how they're like also Frank is like, Oh my god, you're trashing other creators? Motherfucker, we like popped off because we were shitting on TYT. That's our bread and butter, okay? Like, know our history.
We will burn every bridge, okay?
Oh my god. Frank was trolling. God damn it, Frank.
That's what I thought. I said it, right?
You
I was
triggered
like,
me
this
so much,
sounds sort of
Frank.
tongue in cheek, right?
God damn it. Fuck you, Frank. Now you made me look like an idiot. Fuck you. I love you, Frank.
JCass.
Okay.
Thank you for your super chat. Says, yay, Double D is back. By the way, I didn't have Bill Burr taking MBS blood money on my bingo card, but not surprised. Yeah, he's apparently going to some comedy fest. I haven't looked too much into it.
For Saudi Arabia.
They must be paying a shit ton like they do to those golfers. Like, you know.
That's enough. See, it doesn't matter how big you are. Still might sell out.
My favorite wrestler, CM Punk, talked a lot of shit about WWE doing the shows they do a couple of times every year in Saudi Arabia.
Now he's going.
And then he joined the WWE again, and he went. So I mean, they pay a lot apparently. They paid Shawn Michaels retired. HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels retired. And for one of the events they were doing in Saudi Arabia, the Saudis wanted Shawn Michaels on the card after he retired. And they paid him $3 million to wrestle a single match.
Wow.
So, I mean, he came out of retirement for that $3 million payday.
All right. Anyways, I'm getting too tired. I got to get off. But this has been fun, guys. It's fun being back. And
fun having you back.
I will see. The icons have changed since I was here last. Okay.
They've been changing shit literally every single week.
Like, how do I do things here? Okay.
I don't even like. They'll show you like what they changed, and I don't read it. I just click past it. I'm like, okay, you do this. Stop doing that. See you later,
too
David.
Much. See ya.
Peace. It was great having you, David. By the way.
Yeah, great having you.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
Hopefully,
add a
I'm
lot
back
to the
next
show.
week.
I'm
We'll see.
serious. Never think just you not showing up is no big deal.
Oh, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
We love.
It's just
having you,
some. I just get tired some days, like which actually I get tired every day. But it's just depends. Can I manage my tiredness that day?
I feel you. It's
I
an
appreciate
exhausting time. Okay, so did you want me to go first, or did you want to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I have J Mamilia. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. ABS says, hey, Mike, I'm going to be doing a research experiment, and I was wondering if you'd be fine if I used your content for my research method study. Nope, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course.
This isn't a super chat, but someone asked me a question I don't want to forget. It's just Dad at Bestiny on Twitch asked me, hey, Matt, is Gold Sounds in Brooklyn a cool venue? Yes, I like that place a lot. I like how it's set up. It's very small, the bar area, but it's nice. I like it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Serious note, though. ABS, you absolutely can use my content, of course. And I'm flattered that you wanted to use my content for a study. That's really cool. Otaku Dragon says many stores near me are suddenly selling out of Starlink antennas. Over 40 at Best Buy, sold in under an hour. Makes me worried. Hope it's scalpers. Wow. That's interesting. I've not heard anything about the sudden increase in popularity of Starlink.
It depends where you live, right? I mean, Starlink
yeah, that probably
will be popular in areas where there's not high.
That's true.
Internet.
Yeah, that makes sense. V-Man says, as a Puerto Rican, I can say Richie Torres is a disgrace to all Puerto Ricans, none so more than the father of Puerto Rico, Dr. Ramon Betances, continued in next super chat. A man who worked for free during a cholera epidemic that wiped out 5% of Puerto Rico's population, freed enslaved children, and fought for Puerto Rico's independence, frowns upon this man. Yeah, I don't blame you for thinking that way about Richie Torres. I think that I am embarrassed as a gay man because he's part of my community as well. I think that it's gross. He should have more empathy for people, but he doesn't care. He's profiting off of the death and destruction in Gaza, and he's using his power to support that genocide. And I think he should absolutely be ashamed of himself. But me saying that has no meaning because he doesn't have any shame. So I'm with you there, brother. Disgusting piece of shit. V-Man also says, off topic, there is a rally in Spanish Harlem for Puerto Rican independence this Sunday. Can bet there will be flag burnings. If you're near, please support. Good to know. That's really cool. Ben Riley says, after Econo Boy basically getting bullied for being a socialist, any thoughts on centrist Dems and online libs getting worried that the left will overtake the party even as fascism is rising? I think that they don't care about fascism as much as they care about socialism. That might be cynical, but that is my belief. I've always felt like they would rather have fascism take over than let socialists take over the party, because that's kind of what they've done. At every step of the way, they have kneecapped the left when the left had all the momentum, when the left had the energy and young people galvanized, but they shut that down, and they're still doing that with regard to Omar Fateh, with regard to Zoran Mamdani. They're probably going to do the same to Graham Plattner. They just don't want the left to rise because that threatens their gravy train. And a lot of these Democrats, especially the ones who control the levers of power, they don't know how to exist in a system that's clean. Like their only way of being a Congress member is to raise tons and tons of money. So like, what do you do if you don't do that? Like they spend all their time on the phones. Even Richie Torres actually admitted that in the interview with Adam Friedland. So they would have to shift to something where you actually get grassroots money, and they couldn't survive in that system because that requires you to actually represent the people, because you're not going to sound like $5, $10, $20 to a congressperson who is not doing a good job representing you. So they'd have to change everything. It's a paradigm shift, and that's why they don't want to do it. They are clinging to power, and they don't give a fuck if the entire country goes down with them. So that is that's the dynamic. So those are my thoughts. Fritza, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Very cool. And then Autistic Goblin has an update about the Mashannon protest. Hope I'm saying that right. It got a shout out on Maddow on Monday. Wow. Made good contacts, and local immigrant rights groups are restarting their anti-detention movements because of the fire. We started building a coalition of resistance. That is so cool. Let me restate what you're talking about here. For those who don't know, Autistic Goblin teamed up with activists this was Pennsylvania, I want to say. There was an ICE detention facility that's contract was renewing, and they staged a protest to get the city, or it was up for renewal, and they staged a protest to get the city to not renew that contract, so that way the detention center would shut down. And it just it blew up. Last week, Autistic Goblin shared that it was picked up by Indivisible. So that is such a brilliant thing to do. And I love that this is becoming a huge thing, since canceling the contracts is one of the easiest things that you can try to do, or try to get your city to do, because city governments are much more responsive than members of Congress. So if you are able to find out if there's a detention center near you that's contract is up for renewal, I think you would do, it would behoove you to try to get the ball rolling on getting that canceled. Get a small group of people, and then maybe that group will grow. Because that is brilliant. That's a brilliant strategy. So I'm so happy to hear that it's taking off, Autistic Goblin. Good for you for being a part of that. That is fucking badass, and you should feel proud of yourself. That's amazing. No message, but thank you, Donald Jameson, member for over 2 years. That's wild. Thank you so much. Bayphoto says, after what happened in Minneapolis, Carolyn Levitt was asked if the FBI is considering giving trans ideology a domestic T-word classification. Also turns out Aaron Rupar's kids were at that school. No kidding. Holy shit. That's scary. Wow. The fact that she was asked that question is horrifying. I honestly, I've been avoiding Twitter like the plague, but I did log on and see some of that shit and logged right the fuck out. It is so scary that they're trying to basically turn this event into a Reichstag fire to justify taking away trans rights or actually targeting them. That is absolutely horrifying to me, because, it doesn't matter that the overwhelming majority of these shootings are not trans people. And I don't even know if this person is trans. There's also people talking about maybe this individual was detrans. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. This isn't some symptom of a broader issue about transness. Every other country has trans people, and these other countries do not have mass shootings. The issue isn't trans people. The issue is guns. Our lack of gun control is what leads to this kind of situation. I'm not saying you ban all guns, because in this environment, I think that citizens should be armed. But if you don't have common sense regulations that are federalized, where, you can't go to one state and get a gun easily, but go to another state and, you can't get one. Like, they have to be universal. But like, if you don't have a system where these laws are federal, you're going to keep seeing these kinds of things. So the fact that they're trying to scapegoat trans people, that's them not only trying to deflect and not talk about guns, but that's them trying to use this to push something really nefarious towards trans people. And you have to resist this ferociously. This is what Jesse Waters is talking about. He brought on some fucking quack who worked at a clinic who that did gender affirming care, and she's talking about how terrible it was and how it makes how gender affirming healthcare makes their mental health worse. This is bad. So seeing this rhetoric made me sick to my stomach, and you just have to push back as forcefully and loudly as you possibly can. We cannot let them use this as an excuse to justify trans erasure or worse, because just no, not going to happen. Not on my watch. Vicky says, just spreading the love as I already spent in Binders and Lances. That is so kind. Thank you so much, Vicky. Oh, by the way, people were asking about Lance. His computer crashed, so he called it a night after that. Let me see here. Tokyo Hans says, here it is. Waffles and pancakes are overrated. It's all about palate schinkel. Okay, first of all, I take offense to saying that pancakes and waffles are overrated. I don't know what that is. Palate shink. Palate shink. Let me look that up. Oh, okay. It looks like a crepe. I mean, look, that is a different conversation. So you can enjoy those without shit talking pancakes and waffles, Tokyo Hans. I take great offense at the slander of pancakes and waffles. Hideous Lemon says, I'm a proud churro supremacist. Oh, churros are so good. Yes. I love churros. Goofy says, pancakes, meh. Waffles, boring. How dare you? Crepes, much better. Okay, that is not the conversation that we're having. Oh my god, I'm gonna go full debate bro over pancakes and waffles. How dare you? French Acadian ploys from a seasoned skillet, syrup from Aroostook County, Maine. Nothing else matters. Look, I'll grant you that sounds absolutely fucking delicious, but pancakes and waffles is a very different conversation. Where did I see this? Oh, here we go. From Ben. He's the next one. You guys should do a collab discussion with the Live and Learn podcast, like the Vanguard did. Live and Learn podcast. I will look them up. I feel like I've heard of them, but I'm not 100% sure. It's not ringing a bell, but I'll look them up. I'll look into that. Thank you. Sam says, thoughts on Snoop Dogg. He raised concerns about LGBTQ plus characters in children's movies. Lightyear, the Breakfast Club show, recently defended him.
They defended him. What did they say?
Yeah, I didn't see them defend him. That's disappointing because his for those who don't know, Snoop Dogg, he said something on a podcast, I don't know which one, about he was watching Buzz Lightyear with his grandson, and his grandson was like, how do the two mommies make a baby? And that triggered him. He said he's scared to watch movies because he doesn't want to have that conversation. I think this is the most baby-brained thing he's ever said, because you don't have to explain that. You could just be like, oh, well, just like, mommy and daddy have kids. Sometimes kids have two mommies. They adopt them.
Very simple.
They adopt them. Yeah, I don't understand why this is so complicated, because it's not. Kids ask questions about all kinds of shit. And one thing that is irritating is the people that defend him, because, if it's two women or two men and they kiss and it's in a kid's movie, well, that's sexualizing. But if it's a mommy and a daddy that kisses, well, that's beautiful. They're showing love. Kids need to see a loving relationship. So it's this double standard where like anything that's gay is inherently like over sexualized when it's just a loving relationship and you don't need to overcomplicate it. Like seeing a kid with or seeing two mommies, I think that's beautiful. It's validating for kids who do have two mommies, like to have them feel represented. So the fact that Snoop Dogg did that or said that is fucking stupid. And it's not surprising because this dude actually did perform for Donald Trump just this year at his inauguration after criticizing other rappers for performing for Donald Trump. He also like he filmed like lesbian pornos. So I don't understand why all of a sudden you're against lesbians. Like, shut the fuck up, pick lane. But yeah, it was disappointing, but not surprising for Snoop Dogg. I've always been a fan of his music, but I try to pretend as if he's not like this unethical cretin, but he is, and I'm canceling him in my mind.
I always love the excuse of what do we tell our children? Because I've had that experience. And I can tell you right now that the only time I've had to explain to my kid any of that is when they actually came across the word gay. And I had to explain. And they're
really?
like, "Oh, you mean like that?" Because they've seen same-sex couples in real life, just walking down the street, people I know. They've seen them in movies and TV shows, and they never thought anything of it because it was just two people together. No
Right.
big deal. It was only when they came across the word gay that I had to be like, "Oh, this is what that means." And then my son was like, "Oh, you mean in like, like in that movie? Oh, okay. Yeah, cool." That was it. The idea that you have to explain to them anything. "Oh no, what am I going to tell my kids?" They're going to be totally cool with it. You're the problem.
Yeah, it's not that complicated, and if you can't explain that to your kids, that's a parenting problem. Like LGBTQ plus people shouldn't have less representation because you don't want to like take 10 seconds to explain something very simple to your kids. Fuck off. Like it's so stupid.
My son knew what the word non-binary was randomly. He mentioned it a couple years ago, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "How does he know what that is?" And I asked him like later on, like time had passed, and I was just like, "Oh, by the way, I want to know, how did you know it? How did you familiar with the word non-binary?" And you know what? He said he played video games, and where it tells you to when some games where you could pick male or female, there was another option called non-binary, and he just figured it out himself. Very simple, very simple. Kids are smart, and they're way more open-minded than you. And I'm not someone who's like, "Oh, my kid's got it," and I'm like ramming this stuff into it. No, I separate. I want my kids to be kids, and they'll discover this stuff themselves, and they could come to me and talk about it when they want to. And that's what's happened every single time, and every single time it's been perfect.
Yeah, like it's good to expose children to diversity. I think that having that represented in media where they see, Black princesses and different cultures and people who are trans, I think like that's good. Like they're going to see that in the real world, and it's not like you're like explaining like anything super complicated to them. It's just, hey, people are different, they exist. That's a good thing. Like we should celebrate diversity. I get that in a fascist culture, like apparently that's taboo now, but no, it's actually good. Diversity is great. Multiculturalism is awesome. We all benefit from it, and we should stop being snowflakes.
All right. But also it made me think though, when my son told me the video game thing, it made me think like, this is one of the reasons they actually don't want that. You have these losers complaining about wokeness in video games because kids play these games and they like the game. They see the stuff in the game and they think nothing of it. It's just what's in the game. And then they come to terms with the fact that it's just a normal thing. There's some people who are male, there's some people who are female, and there's some people who don't identify with either, and they're called non-binary. That was what my son took out of it. He thought nothing of it.
Yeah, and that's how most people who are normal, who don't have brain rot, react. But like every single element about like queer people's existence has been politicized. So just being in the presence of straight people is a political statement. Like that's what this whole woke bullshit was about. where they were talking about grooming, and grooming, grooming is like a very specific term. Like, you are a predator if you're grooming. But they had taken that word and made it mean, oh, well, if you are a gay person around a kid or a drag queen around a kid, you're automatically grooming them because they're being exposed to this. And that's disgusting. You shouldn't take somebody's existence and like attach negative sexual connotations to it because you're hateful. Like, that's so fucked up. But yeah, I hate Snoop Dogg now. I am canceling him. I'll probably even skip Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None if it comes on my playlist, even though that is a gay song, Snoop Dogg. That's really fucking gay. Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None. That's gay. Good song, though.
Flood Mind says Matt's son is friggin' awesome. He is. I'm about to tell you something even better. So he's very much into current events. Like, he likes when I talk to him about stuff. And in fact, his teacher last year told us about how during social studies, he'll be the kid raising his hand and chiming in and connecting things to current events, and the other kids have no idea what he's talking about because they don't pay attention to the news like he does. So maybe around last year now, I was explaining to him like a little like to a kid in a kid way. I still do that. Like, I still like aim it towards him about Israel and Palestine and how, there's a history there. And I explained to him the October 7th attacks and, Palestinians live there. And then the Israelis, Israel was formed in their home. And, I explained everything to them, all what people claim is both sides. I just told them everything that the history is. And, and I was telling him about how, what the Israeli government's doing in Gaza right now. And he says to me, if I was president, I would send the military into Israel, into Gaza, and we would destroy Israel.
Damn, based? That's a good kid.
I was like, whoa, okay.
That's fucking funny. Okay, so the next one here is from Sam Roker, who says, can I suggest an LM guest? Check out Riverboat Jack if you haven't seen them before. Seem pretty cool. We actually had her on multiple times. So yeah, we love Riverboat Jack. Jesse says, De Minimis and Samaro, 2 anime stores where I'm at, can handle this via distributors and more, but others will struggle. It shouldn't do or die. Yeah, that's really going to be a huge fucking problem. For those who don't know, the de minimis exemption is imports under $800. Those are usually exempt from tariffs. But since that's ending, even these smaller retailers like comic book stores and whatnot that import from other countries, that is going to hurt them so much. So this is going to be catastrophic, but it's not surprising because this has been, everything Trump has done has been catastrophic. So yeah, that's good to know though. I didn't know that it ended tomorrow because he keeps changing the dates. So thank you for letting me know about that. That's really fucked up. Lizzie Bennett says, Hakeem Apak Shakur Jeffries, funniest thing I heard all day. I did see that on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good name. Let me see here. The next one is from Action Effin Jackson, who says, as a low money Dem leftist donor, how do we better protect our money from leftist organizations that take our money but have little to show? When you look at their FEC filings, they look like the DNC. Honestly, I can't answer that question. It's so hard to say because sometimes you take a chance and it doesn't pay off. I've donated to a lot of campaigns that I actually kind of regret donating to because they weren't running the best campaigns, but I had hope and maybe it was a little bit naive, had wishful thinking. I hate that now I get spam text messages and phone calls from Democrats. So one of these Democrats that I donated to, maybe it was just ActBlue in general, sold my shit the fuck out, and now my phone gets blown up, and I hate it so much. A chance, right? You're taking a chance, so just be selective about who you give your money to, because that's your hard-earned money, and times are tough. So if you don't have the utmost confidence, I would say, maybe support the campaign in other ways. Share information about them, because that helps as well. But yeah, I really don't have an answer, unfortunately. Yeah, somebody said never, ever, ever donate to like the DNC or the DCCC. Avoid large organizations. If you're going to donate, only give directly to the candidates. I do not trust organizations. Chris Corcoran says, are Ariana and Rebecca coming back? Sausage Fest. I know, it's all dudes. So Rebecca is taking a little bit of a break. She will be back sometime in September. Ariana is probably going to be back next week. So yes, I get it that it's all dudes. We apologize for that, but a lot of people are burnt out right now and doing extra stuff. So they will be back, though. It won't be just dudes. The Sausage Fest will come to an end. We promise. Excuse me, Coyote Katie says, did you see the disgusting news about Age 3 pod? I think so. The Destiny stuff, like that Ethan Klein and Destiny are battling, that's what I've seen the latest of. I think that's it. I don't think I'm up to date though. I need to tune into Lance's streams because I know he covered this, or the Vanguard. But yeah, that's the latest that I hear, is that like Destiny and Ethan Klein are trading blows with each other. Rowan Chandler says, to the hottest mafia men around, still waiting for the calendar. Okay. That's right. We do got to do a calendar. I think that would be great. Antifa Super Soldier calendar featuring the Leftist Mafia. Nicholas says, will there be a redemption arc for libs exposed? Like the liberals in the articles? I wouldn't even necessarily say that they're like, that they are canceled or anything like that. Like, that's probably not the right word to use, but I think it just, like, for me personally, when I read that, I wanted to know more information, hopefully more transparency. I did not like the responses that they gave. It didn't sit right with me. I take issue with, some of the things that were raised in the article, but I mean, look, everybody can make their own decisions. What they say matters. So if you watch their content and you like it, judge it accordingly.
I mean, it's never bad to have more transparency. And
right.
They could have just been like, after reading this article, this is what we're gonna make some changes, and we're gonna be more transparent. They don't gotta even admit they did anything wrong. They could just say, we've decided to be more transparent, but they didn't. It's not what they did.
Yeah, I would love if they like. Brian Tyler Cohen said that he did talk about the genocide, which is good. Like, if they talked more about the genocide, I would fucking love that. Like, I wouldn't give a shit about anything else.
Did Taylor Lorenz even say that they didn't? Like, that they wouldn't? I don't see that in her article.
I don't think so. No, I'm just saying I personally would like if they did that, I wouldn't even care about this.
Yeah, what's mentioned here? There is a single mention in here. For years, Democrats have struggled to work with influencers. In 2024, President Joe Biden's White House snubbed several prominent content creators after they lightly criticized the administration over its policies on climate change, COVID, Gaza, and the TikTok ban.
Mm.
That was truth. That's truth. There's nothing to do, but
right.
She's not claiming anything about them.
Yeah, maybe they kind of took that as, I don't know, some sort of passive-aggressive slight because they didn't criticize Biden on Israel. I'm not really sure. It's hard to say. Like, I don't want to psychoanalyze them. I don't really know. They were very clearly defensive about it. I don't think they needed to be defensive. It wasn't like these are demons, like these are bad people. It's just a matter of like, hey, man, how much independence do you have? This organization that's funding you, like, what does your contract say? I don't know. That's just me. But whatever. It's not a decision that I would make, but you know. Otaku says French toast supreme. Ooh, okay, so it's a different conversation than pancakes and waffles, but I would have to think hard about if I like waffles or French toast more. I think you might be correct. French toast really is amazing, and I haven't had French toast in a while. That sounds amazing, actually. I might have to get French toast. Chris Corcoran says, imagine if Friedman interviewed Fetterman. At best, it'd be just like the Richie Torres one. At worst, Fetterman would turn violent. I honestly would be worried about Adam Friedland's safety. Not even kidding. I think that Fetterman would attack him if that happened. I don't know. That or he'd shrink into a fucking corn cob or something. But I would actually feel a little bit worried about Adam Friedland. He needs security first. I don't trust Fetterman at all.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe. Who knows?
He just... Yeah. Maybe I'm being a little bit too melodramatic, but Fetterman strikes me as somebody who is so unhinged that like there is a point where you could get him to fly off the handle. I think that Adam maybe would de-escalate if it got to that point, but I just don't trust the man at all. Okay. Also, this is from Susan. Also, if you don't know how to answer a kid's question, it is perfectly acceptable to say, I don't know, let's go look it up. Right. I feel like it's so gross for Snoop Dogg to say that, especially since, you know, the rights of queer people are under attack. In a year or so, we'll find out if gay marriage is going to be struck down in the Supreme Court. So at a time, you know, like this, for him to be broadcasting his homophobic views, I find that really disappointing.
Well, don't forget he performed at one of Donald Trump's inauguration events after talking shit about Donald Trump during the first term. I mean, he's a complete sellout. He's a
lapdog.
Yeah, screw him. Who gives a shit about Snoop Dogg? Irrelevant ass in 2025. What's relevancy does Snoop Dogg have in 2025? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's in it for the paycheck, right? He'll perform for whatever for Donald Trump. He'll shit talk gay people if that's what's popular again. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. He's done in my book. I've gotten used to canceling people who I like, especially musicians, because they're all terrible apparently. Emily says, I haven't been able to contribute for too many months. Emily, that's totally fine. That's okay. I wish I could support you and Binder regularly. Thank you for your humanity and personally for your support for the trans community. Emily, thank you so much. Don't ever feel like you have to contribute. Just the fact that you watch is more than I could ever ask for, and I never ever ask people. I appreciate, you know, super chats and whatnot and memberships, but if you can't do it, don't beat yourself up. As long as you watch, that's amazing. If you want to go the extra mile, like the videos, but never ever feel pressured to contribute. But I do appreciate you saying that, and thank you so much for the support.
Spoken like someone who's funded by dark money.
I've got them DNC donors. I don't need your money.
Listen, I would listen. It's very simple. If someone's offering you a ton of money, you just basically say, I will accept this, but I need to disclose it.
And also figure out if there's a catch, right? Because if it sounds too good to be true.
Yes, obviously. Yes, those two things. And if there's no catch and you disclose it, then fucking take the money.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's a reason why these particular creators that were named in the article were selected. It's because they already kind of aligned with the views of the 3060 or whatever. But yeah, just a little bit of transparency. Just that's all. I think that goes a long way. That's fine. Okay, so that's all I have. So I can read yours if you would like. I can.
Wow, that was quick.
I can control yours while you read.
I don't know why that felt so quick. All right, let's do this. Live chat. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Fan funding over on YouTube. All right, here we go. My first one here. Riddlord CVE. Are we ready? Matt,
yeah.
could you please get the song I made to Mike so you guys can get ready to use? Thank you, Leftist Best. Yes, Mike actually sent me a message last week, but he sent it to me. I didn't see it because he sent it to me while I was at the Sublime and Bouncing Souls show that I missed Leftist Mafia for last week. So I had not seen it. I had not checked it. So I just saw it. I'm gonna get Mike the song, and he's gonna work his magic, and we will have a brand new intro option thanks to Riddlor CVE.
Yeah, and also you can email it to me too directly.
Oh yeah, just email it to Mike and make my life easier too.
Yeah, Mike at humanist.report.com. And yeah, I'll try to mix it in. I don't know if I could do it this week. But I'll try. And yeah, I think that if we have a couple of intros, like I think it'd be cool to bring back the old intro as well, just the song, and just like rotate between all
I would just like to
three.
use an intro that doesn't get me copyright stricken every week. That'd be
That's
that'd be great.
But yeah, I'll try to do that if I have some time this weekend. It probably would happen during the week. But yeah, just email it to me if you can as well.
All right, let's go to the next super chat here. Binder or bust? $20.
A Binder bro here.
Thank you so much. $20. Well, I think I would like to think that you Binder and bust, but I'll
Damn.
Who killed JFK? I don't know. That's one of the questions that we'll always have, right? I'm actually not that interested in the JFK conspiracies. I'm not a
I don't
expert
care
in
at
that
all.
area. I know Matt Leck is very well versed in that one. So you should look into what Matt Leck has out there. I just I look at it this way. JFK was already dead when I was born, so
Yeah. That's exactly my thoughts. Like, you could tell me that a fucking alien came down and sniped him. I wouldn't give a shit. Doesn't bother me or doesn't affect me either way. I will say I'm reading a book from Stephen King called 11/22/63. It's like a date about somebody who goes back in time to try to stop the JFK assassination. So maybe my thoughts will change when I get through that book. I just started reading it. So maybe I'll start to care about the conspiracy and I'll join in. But as for right now, I couldn't care less.
All right, let's go to Tenacious Ross with a super sticker. It's I've never seen this one. It looks like a hippo with like Sonic the Hedgehog, like the really fast legs going. I've never seen that one. Interesting. Vicky Clee with a super with 10 British pounds super chat. Dear Matt, we are all wanting to see your mohawk hair in its fullest, pointiest glory. Can you please post a pic somewhere or do next stream with? Many thanks. Lance's chat. All right, so I have not spiked my hair in years. Like, yes, I have a mohawk, but it's just cut into one. I don't. There probably exists pictures out there. And when I say out there, like on computers, not on the internet, like maybe on an old computer of mine or maybe on, who knows, of me with very large Liberty spikes and a tri-hawk that I had 2 separate times. Also, there's
What's
pictures
a
of me.
tri-hawk?
It's a one mohawk spiked here and then 2 across the side. It's a tri-hawk. Look it
Holy
up online.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did back in the day also have the middle of my hair dyed blonde while the rest was my natural black hair. So that was, a mohawk as well. There's pictures probably out there at some point too. This was all very long ago before people posted everything on the internet. I have not.
I'm just kidding.
I would have to use my hair was long then too, and I was spiking it. I would have to use Elmer's glue.
I was gonna ask you, like, if it's long, how do you get it to stay up?
You have to use Elmer's glue and hairspray, and a lot of time spent with a hair dryer to do that stuff.
Damn.
I've also
you could use "come" like something about
heard,
married
but
as
did not. People have success. Yeah, people. I've also heard. I tried it. It didn't work for me. I've also heard people have success.
Wait, you
using egg
did?
whites to spike their hair when it's that long. Yeah.
You actually used "come"? You used cum?
No.
Oh.
No. Didn't use that. No. I was joking with you about that one.
I'm a easy mark today. I'm just gonna take everything at face value. So it got me.
I have used hairspray, lots of hairspray, Elmer's glue, and egg whites.
That's crazy. That's a whole
but that
process,
was-
though.
that
Yeah,
was
you have to
decades
show the
ago.
pictures now.
I don't have them on me. If they're on a computer, they're not on any
Damn.
of my current computers.
I gotta see. That's cool. That's actually really cool because that takes work.
Yeah, I don't have that time or energy to spend
Honestly,
on
I'm going
hair anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But I mean, if you really, you could sort of see how it would be. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Looks like Matt with the spiky
sides are
mohawk.
shaved. There you go. It'd be pretty long. It'd be pretty big. I mean, maybe I can spike this one and for you guys, so you could all see.
Like a Halloween episode, right? Like we're doing it. Halloween is on a Friday this year. We could do a pre-Halloween episode on the Thursday before, and maybe you could spike it.
It
Be a
would be
punk rocker.
extremely long. I don't think I've ever spiked hair this long before.
Damn, yeah, that is really long. I feel like that'd be
My-
so hard
my-
to get it to stay.
When I had Liberty spikes, they were close to this, but not this long. This
Liberty
is definitely
spikes,
the longest
like
my hair's
Statue of
ever
Liberty,
been.
like around.
So I had hair like this.
This is a whole world that I'm completely ignorant to.
This band probably is the people have, if they're familiar with this band, they might have personal feelings about them, but this is the closest I could think of really quickly to show. So,
oh, is that the Liberty Spikes? Is that what you would?
The guy with the red hair, my hair was like that.
I feel like he'd be poking that guy in the eye, like he just turned his head a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want to see how my hair would look spiked as mohawk, it's probably as long as the guy on the left as well. That's the casualties, by the way. What are you laughing at?
The guy with the pink hair looks like an anime character. I'm sorry, I'm delirious. He looks like an anime character or like a Super Saiyan. Bro, you be poking everybody in the fucking eyes with that. Oh my god, that's too much. If it's like this, that's manageable. But like that, brother, you gotta rein that shit in. That's fucking insane and unhinged. Like you can't have that hairstyle. That's gotta be illegal. We gotta have some type of fucking restrictions. That's crazy. Okay, do you want me to go to? Oh no, this is the. So okay.
Oh right, I got
Here
more.
we go.
I'm distracted by all the talk of my hair in the chat.
I was like, I lost my spot, but I still have the same one up.
Ryan Lennon fan, member for 25 months, super chat. Wow, over 2 years, Ryan Lennon fan. Thank you. David Pacman is a paid DNC shill. Well, we have been vindicated. He is not a DNC shill, a paid DNC shill, because Taylor Lorenz's piece does not mention the DNC. I feel like they really used just regular people talking about this stuff to address instead of the actual issues in the article. Do you know what I mean? Like, they addressed Ryan Lennon fan, not Taylor Lorenz's reporting.
Right. No, not Jonas Brothers.
Let's go to the next super chat here. Bay Photo. If America wasn't a duopoly, folks like Pac-Man, BTC, etc., would be in a different party entirely. Every time someone uses Brian Taylor Cohen's acronym, I automatically look at that and I'm like, why are people talking about Bitcoin? Alexander with a super chat. Tenet Media didn't editorialize Pim Tool and was bad. Well, I mean, Yes, but also Tenet Media was a little bit different in terms of being a foreign influence operation, a foreign government influence operation.
Yeah.
Also, the people, they didn't disclose. Well, they did disclose they were part of Tenet Media with that specific stuff. Well, they didn't disclose like Tenet Media's content requests. Tokyo Hans, member for 25 months as well, over 2 years. Thank you so much. Here is your monthly chorus contribution. Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
We're part of the club.
Excuse me. Bay Photo. This is talking about Pac-Man. He knows who Hassan is. He's hung out with him in the past. It's his dry humor bender.
Okay.
Was he being humorous or was he just?
Yeah, actually, that makes sense. David Pakman does have kind of like more of a dry humor. I remember he used to call Tulsi Gabbard Toolsy Gabbard as well.
That's not dry humor. That's just it's just a bad pun.
I don't know. Yeah, that's not really a good example, but yeah, I do remember him having more dry humor. So that's probably probably it.
Like seeing a comedian, an open mic comedian bomb on stage and just being like, well, you don't get his dry humor. Dentagon with a super chat. Hey, Binder, I know you're into leftist punk bands. Check out Killed by Florida. Can't mention song names because one title got Hassan banned. Hashtag Bussy. Bussy. I don't remember how to say it. Killed by
Bussy.
Florida. That sounds familiar. Maybe I don't. I'm probably not. What got them banned? What got him banned?
Maybe Bussy.
I'm looking at the names of. I think I see the one that may have got him banned. I don't see. Oh, I see the one that got him banned.
Oh, what is it?
Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Google "Killed by Florida" songs.
Okay.
And it's at least for me, it's the third one across on Google.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check them out. Okay.
It's the song with the acronym DDD.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I
That
can
makes
see why
sense.
that would get him in trouble because, I mean, it shouldn't if you're referring to the song, but yes.
Adding that song to my playlist right now.
Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. BTC and Pac-Man should admit they are blue MAGA. I don't know enough about about their content in general, honestly. So I can't say that.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I do know that Pac-Man has been horrible on covering what's going on in Gaza, and he's been.
I disagree with him on a lot of foreign policy issues. Bolivia, Gaza, just in general.
Yeah, I
foreign
totally
policy.
forgot he completely blew it on Bolivia. That was
The title was like the revolutionary left is getting Bolivia wrong, I think, or something like that. And I remember I watched the video because the title triggered me, and I'm like, oh shit, brother,
he was
you're on
completely wrong,
different
and it
planets on this issue.
But it wasn't even like a matter of opinion. At the end of the day, he was wrong.
Like factually wrong, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emily Schmid with a $10 Canadian super chat. Boys, I
I'll be
just
right
want to thank all of you for your love, support, and kindness towards the trans community. We appreciate you so much. As a Canadian, my heart weeps for the trans folks south of the border. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really even talk about the shooting, and I'm sort of happy because I don't want to talk about this specific shooting right now with so much still not confirmed and out there. I mean, we don't talk about every school shooting because if we did, every single show would be out of school shootings. That's how many school shootings they are. But once we find out more information about it. Obviously, if there's something to talk about, we're streaming on the day that this information is out there, we will discuss it. I've seen all sorts of things about this shooting. I mean, the one true thing from my perspective is that, like all the other shootings, a gun was obtained by an unwell individual who should not have had access to guns, yet they did. And I saw pieces and stills from that video that was uploaded by the shooter, and the amount of gunpowder, firepower they had was insane. The idea that someone would be able to get that many guns and no questions would be asked. Insanity. I mean, that's the through line here.
Yep.
If this individual was trans, the idea that trans people are not like everybody else and that every trans person is perfect, otherwise no trans people are good, is absurd. There are bad people who do bad things who are trans. There are bad people who do bad things who are cis. There are bad people who do bad things who are white. There are bad people who do bad things who are Christian. There are bad people who do bad things who are black. There are bad people who do bad things who are Jewish. There are bad people who do bad things who are Muslim. None of that, though.
It's a non sequitur completely.
Right.
Like, it's
None
just
of that,
about...
though, is about anyone other than that one individual. That about them, their race, religion, gender identity, sex, whatever. Those characteristics do not reflect anything that has to do with that. It's absurd. It's an absurd way to cover it.
Oh, somebody's saying that Lance covered this, and the person is somebody that was trans. They were like a detransitioner. It seems like they were. I saw that too.
I did see people talking about that. I have to look into that myself. I haven't seen it.
This person was like, it seems like they were.
This person,
far right.
I saw a big chunk of one of those videos that they put up, and it was unhinged. And the clearest thing to me was this was an unwell person who spent way too much time in the worst circles of the internet. This wasn't the idea that someone would put a political ideology on this person is sort of ludicrous to me from what I've seen. This person was definitely not a left winger.
All over the place. Yeah.
This person, I wouldn't even describe this person as a ideological right winger in terms of like a Republican. This person was
it's far right, like Nazism, like
Holocaust,
promotion.
Holocaust denial, that stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Or like the gun stuff
and anti-Trump as well, just all over the place.
This was a nihilist, a nihilist. I hope you say that fucking word. I always forget how to say it.
Yeah. There's just, and that's how it is for a lot of these people. It's just like politically incoherent. I mean,
they looked up to numerous school shooters. They had them their names written on their weapons, on their guns. Anders Breivik, who was a far right wing shooter who went to that island, that camp in Oslo, and murdered, like 60 kids or something. One of the worst shootings ever. This person idolized the Columbine shooters. They wore, from my understanding, a shirt for that band KMFDM. That band has nothing to do with school shootings other than the fact that the Columbine shooters were fans of that band and wore their shirt when they committed the shooting. So now other school shooters who idolize them wear that band shirt against that band's wishes. The band has already come out numerous times and like has denounced this sort of thing. It's people don't know what they're talking about when they talk about these things, and that's why you have ridiculousness like trying to blame trans people or something. It's just the stupidest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Emily Schmidt again with a super chat. Go Fortnite Power Rangers. As a lifelong gamer, I don't get the hate for Fortnite. Let's team. I love Fortnite. I play Fortnite. Fortnite's like the one game I regularly play now. Although I've been really wanting to get back into Warcraft 3. Not World of Warcraft. I always hated World of Warcraft. Warcraft 3. I gotta re-download it and play. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, my dad says, I have that blonde mohawk pic. You were about 16. But that one, my hair was just short all around for that one. I just had the middle dyed straight down blonde. So it was a mohawk, but it wasn't really like anything great. And my dad might have, so I went to, I've shared how I went to Catholic school and I had this hair when I was in Catholic school.
Oh, they let you have it?
No, they did not. I got called into the office.
Oh, no.
And was told I had to dye my hair, and I refused. And they basically said, do something about it or there'll be trouble. So I basically, I don't even know if they still make this stuff, but I went and bought gel that would basically color your hair while you had the gel in your hair. And I basically bought black gel and put it through. So I would have, you could still see the blonde. It was so obvious. It was just like darkened a bit, but it was enough that they stopped calling me into the office.
That's so stupid that they would call you into the office for that. Like,
and then when I just
feel
washed the gel out, it would just, that black dye would just come out. It wasn't like permanent. So so yeah,
That's
it was
so dumb.
it was what
Kids
it
should be
was.
able to express themselves. Like, what the fuck? You're supposed to have crazy hairstyles as a teenager. Like,
what's funny too is
messed
I
up.
went to school during that time period where among girls having those blonde streaks in your hair were really popular. So girls were allowed to have those blonde streaks in their hair, but I couldn't have my one blonde streak straight down the middle. And I would argue because I would say like the school guide says no unnatural hair colors, but all the girls were able to do that, and that's not a natural hair color to have random blonde streaks through your hair. They didn't have an answer for me, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, just do what we say. That's so messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, chunky highlights, Tyra. You know, I was in high school in the early 2000s. I was in high school from 2000 to 2004.
That was a very common hairstyle.
That was the
girls.
yeah. Geez, saying I remember when I was like, oh, I went to high school in 2000, 2004. I'm so young. Everyone would be like, oh, you're so young. And now it's like, oh, I went to high school in 2000, 2004. It's like, oh, you fucking old man. What's wrong with you?
Another one came in from me this is from AM. I'm sorry. A super sticker. It is of a pair offering a drink. It confused me because I had Kowalski's same thumbnail. Different super sticker from Kowalski though. For you, I think.
Oh yeah, I got the coffee one from Kowalski. Thank you, Kowalski. Oh my god, this person always trying to get me to say their name, and I always mess it up. Just a hi from Angelin de Bagashaki.
Bashor. It's Bashor, right? I think it's Bashor. I want to say.
I like saying Bagashaki. Rob Atkins with a $5 super chat. On the music front, both of you guys won't become disappointed listening to Tom Waits. Tokyo Hans with a super chat. Why did Hassan get clapped for playing the Killed by Florida song DDD? is because it's in German. Ah, very, very funny. I'm not gonna play that game because I don't feel like getting banned for something so silly as saying the name of a song. Creflo with a super chat. Hey, Matt and Mike, I know you guys like to uplift smaller creators, and I'd like to recommend Life with Liz Ashley. She's a leftist creator from Missouri. You guys are right. We love to uplift smaller creators and make them sign NDAs that require that they no, I'm being silly. Let me see.
I'm looking her up right now. I'm gonna subscribe.
Yeah, definitely.
She talks about some drama stuff, some TYT, some Hassan, some politics. Okay, I am subscribing. Thank you for the recommendation.
Oh boy, she looks even younger than Ariana. I don't know if I could handle having someone on who's young Gen Z. No, I'm joking. I'm just continuing my anti-Gen Z arc, which is all a joke to begin with. I love Gen Z. Although I was talking with my wife the other day about how Gen Z's fashion sense has become the antithesis of my fashion choices.
It clashes with millennials so much. Why
do they like baggy clothes so much? I don't get it. It looks
that went out of style when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm all about like fucking skin tight jeans, tight jean shorts, skin tight clothes. Period.
All my clothes are super like fitting tight. All my pants are tight.
It's so weird.
I also will never ever get rid of my ankle socks. That's something that they kind of clown on millennials for. When I think of like the longer socks, it reminds me of like what old men wear. Like, I don't know, like some of the styles for Gen Z I don't get, but no disrespect, you can represent your generation however you want, but like we have some very different preferences in terms of clothing and style.
Right. The flare jeans coming back with them, like
the mullet, like the actual mullet.
No, the
coming
mullet's
back.
fine. I'm fine with the mullet. I mean, I can't.
No, but like, there's a difference. No, though. There's a difference between like the mullet, like just the subtle mullet, and then like the actual like mullet where it's short on top and like long.
No,
like,
I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with the mullet.
That's not acceptable, Matt. It looks weird, especially if you have just the mustache. Like you just look like a fucking.
Oh no, I love that look. That part of it
with the mustache, the mullet with the mustache,
the old school like fireman's mustache.
Oh, that's wild,
man. I'm
Matt.
fine with that. I like that. That's cool.
Oh,
but
that's not acceptable for me.
The baggy jeans, the flare at the bottom, them wearing oversized shirts. I think that looks. That's not me. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't like the I used to be all into like baggy clothes, like baggy jeans and shit. Like we talk about Jinko all the time, like Jinko jeans when we were like in grade school. But no, it's crazy that it's coming back and it got so popular really quick. But I will not. I'm just sticking with like straight fitting clothes because I'm a millennial and I can't like what you grow up with is just like what you stick with. Like when you reach your mid-20s, whatever your style is in your mid-20s is going to be the style for the rest of your life.
And I should mention, someone said, I don't know, Nihilist Void says, I don't know, I like baggy clothes. Listen, I'm not talking about baggy clothes in general. Like, obviously when you're home, you put on like a pair of like baggy like sweatpants or like pajama pants or whatever. But they wear like baggy, fashionable clothes, like fashion.
It's like baggy cargo pants.
Like, but I'm not talking about like
not
Jinko
baggy, but
jeans.
wide leg.
I'm not talking about like new metal baggy clothes. Like that's a specific style. They wear like fashion, like high fashion baggy clothes. They just look weird. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it because I like them, but like the way Hassan dresses,
he does dress like a Zoomer, doesn't he?
He does. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think Hassan is a good-looking guy. I think his fashion sense is horrible. think he
No
actually does
disrespect, but I
himself a
agree.
disservice dressing that way. If
Yeah,
he
no disrespect to Hassan. I
if he
totally agree with
wore-
you.
If he wore fitted clothes, he would maybe I would reconsider my. No, I'm joking about that, but but he would look much better, honestly.
Yeah, and he's our age too, so he's jumping generations. That's not okay.
Right. Someone
We
says
should
I'm going to
revoke
clip
his
that.
millennial
You know what? If I maybe Hassan will invite me on his Twitch stream and we talk fashion.
Yeah, see, like Lunar in the chat says ankle socks are cancelable. I will die before I get rid of my ankle socks. I know that's a strictly millennial thing, but
yeah, I wear socks that you can't see. Tell I'm wearing socks.
1000%. Yeah,
I don't-
1000%.
That's why Zoomers wear long socks.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it like the skater punk socks, like the long like skater punk socks? That's fine.
I don't know. I just know that they definitely do not fuck with our ankle socks, and they fucking hate them. They feel very strongly about our ankle socks. I'm not giving them up over my cold dead body. I'm keeping the ankle socks. Sorry, kids.
Wait, they don't like ankle socks? I didn't know
They
that.
hate ankle socks. If you go to any like subreddit talking about fashion, the Zoomers in the fashion subreddit do not fuck with it. TikTokers will shit on it. Yeah.
Why do they hate ankle socks?
I think they just think it's a very like outdated millennial fashion thing.
How is it out? It's just literally. Why do you want people to see your nasty ass white socks?
Yeah. They get all dirty and shit. I
I wear black socks, but they're ankle socks.
all I have are ankle socks. Like it's disrespectful. How dare you come at my ankle socks?
I have long socks for when I play soccer that go over my shin guards. That's the only time you'll see me wearing long socks.
Mm-hmm. When I was younger, like in middle school, I used to have really long socks and go up to like my my shorts that I would wear, and it looked like really goofy. I didn't pull it off, but some of the kids did.
See, I don't know. I am completely oblivious when it comes to Gen Z because my kids are the generation after. I know a lot about Gen Alpha. I could tell you guys a lot about Gen Alpha, and I'll probably be hip to what they're up to when they get older, and they're the targeted demographic for everybody. But Zoomers have completely. I don't think there's anyone in my family who's a Zoomer.
I actually do have a lot of Zoomers.
Like my family skipped the Zoomer generation. Like we don't.
That's
Like I'm trying to
interesting.
think. Like my cousins are all even maybe young, very young millennials, like mid 90s, and then there's like the young kids who were born like in like post 2010.
We have to have this conversation with Ariana. She could run down all the trends that the Zoomers are doing.
Ariana's technically not a Zoomer. That's the thing.
That's mean.
She's not. She's
We
she's
need
96.
Zoomer
She's
representation.
96, right? 96, right? I think. we
I don't
established that.
remember. I think she qualifies as a Zoomer.
My youngest brother was born in 96, and he considers himself to be a millennial. He doesn't. I don't think he identifies as a Zoomer.
I mean, I would want to be a millennial if I were born in 96 because millennials are amazing. But
I can't get over the ankle socks thing. The problem is I'm not on TikTok. That's why I'm so out of touch with the Zoomers.
you know another thing, Matt?
My wife, who does use TikTok, though, was telling me, and maybe I'm completely oblivious here. Apparently, Zoomers do not wear boxers either. They wear like boxer briefs or tidy whities. They don't. They
I
don't
wear
fuck with
boxer
boxers.
briefs. Yeah, I have boxers, but I wear.
Now, this is the thing. I don't have a problem with any of those three. I think all three of those as a millennial are acceptable to wear. Unlike my opinion on baggy clothes and long socks. Also,
You're a cholo, Mike. I did dress like a cholo, and I leaned like a cholo. That song was a bop. Sorry.
Did you dress like a? Okay, I can see it now. Also, I should clarify too that not all long socks are bad. Like, obviously, if girls have like long socks that like go with like their outfit or whatever, that's fine. I can't think of a good outfit for guys to have that wear long socks unless they're playing soccer or baseball or something.
Yeah, it's giving old man. Matt, have you heard of millennial gray?
No, what is that?
Millennial gray is this idea that like millennials only have one color palette throughout their whole home and their wardrobe. It's just gray, white, and black. And if you look through their homes, all of their like furniture is like gray and dark. There's no like wood tones or bright colors. And I realized that's actually kind of my style, millennial gray. And
Millennial gray
so
is
true.
just shopping at IKEA, like every millennial does.
That's
what
true,
we can
actually.
afford. That's if that hasn't been pointed out before, maybe I need to start a TikTok just
That's
so
a
I can
good
go viral
point.
with that.
Yeah. Oh, it's millennial green now. That's what Tara says in the chat. I did not hear about millennial green.
I mean, I wear all black all the time because that's just my style.
I love black. Like everything. Like that's my favorite. Like everything I
All
get is
my
usually in black.
All my clothes are. I have some white band shirts that I wear every now and then, but they still fit my general style, and they're very rare for me to break out. But yeah, I mean, everything is color furniture, unless you're talking about like decorating a bedroom. You don't want like a bright colored couch in your living room. That's just...
Maybe they want to go back to the floral, like the ones that your grandma would put like the plastic covering over the floral couches.
My grandma had one of those fancy. She had a pink couch with like the wood frame with the fancy thing, and she had the plastic over it. Yes.
Yep.
That's what she had.
Yeah.
And it was that
was so popular.
It was a bright pink couch, and she had bright blue carpet. And she had ceiling to floor. One of her walls was ceiling to floor mirrors. This is in the living room. If they want to bring that back, I have nothing wrong with. Like, listen, if it fits the overall style you're going for, I think that's fine.
I think I'm all for like if you want to bring back these old things, I think that's cool. I am getting really tired of like the minimalism and the corporate like colors, like everything looks gray and beige and shit like that. So I do appreciate people trying to add like some flair to it, but some of it looks a little bit goofy. I still think that the big leg pants, it just part of it is because like to me we kind of went overboard with it. We were all about wide legs, and then Genko jeans came out, and it was like, okay, we went overboard, so let's rein it in. And now the fact that like wide leg is back, it's crazy to me. But it's just generational for sure.
Right. Yeah. I will say one positive thing is that it seems like Zoomers appreciate Doc Marten boots, which I'm fine with.
Those are like evergreen. That shit never goes out of style.
Yeah. Well, I thought we'd never go back to baggy clothes because that just looks horrible. But here we are.
One thing that I'm okay with jorts going away forever.
Oh, I wear jorts all the time.
Do you really?
But here's the thing, though.
If they're cutoffs, they're better than the regular jorts.
Jorts have to be tight fitting, and then they look like you're
I agree.
An oversized child.
I agree.
Like John Cena, for example, his wrestling when the jorts he wears when he wrestles, he looks like an oversized child.
Yep,
because they're baggy, long shorts, jean shorts, but tight fitting jean shorts that go either above or around the knee are completely fashionable and fine.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I also I hate that cargo shorts kind of went out of style because like, I'm sorry, they're just so practical. You could hold so much shit. If you're going to a movie theater, you could put a whole Big Mac in there and fries in the others. Like, cargo pants were amazing, and the fact that was shit on and kind of went out of style hurts my soul because I love cargo shorts.
Cargo pants guy.
Cargo shorts, cargo pants.
Cargo shorts. I wore them when I was, I guess, in a preteen. Yeah. They were
see, I was wearing them into my 20s. Actually, I was really a huge fan of cargo shorts.
I mean, a lot of bros still wear cargo shorts to this day. It's a very like preppy summer. Became a very preppy summer style.
Oh, I didn't know it was preppy. I always thought it was trashy because like they were.
Depends what color the cargo shorts are too, I guess.
That was the perception that people gave me. It's you're wearing these pants with giant pockets. It looks stupid and they're cheap usually. I don't know. But I liked them. I still do. I don't have any cargo shorts anymore, but I like them. Now I have Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Let's go to. This is a fun conversation. I like. Maybe we should start a fashion channel.
How the fuck did we get? I don't even know how we got on that. I know fashion with two millennials who don't have a fashion sense.
I have a lot of fashion sense. What are you talking about? I'm a very fashionable.
Yeah,
guy.
I guess you are much more fashionable than I am. I'm kind of just like a basic bitch, but that's okay. I respect other people's fashion.
I got to break out. I've never worn it on the stream because it's too hot. I got to break out my my punk vest for the stream. I've had a number of them over the years that I've this is probably my third or fourth now, and I've either lost or destroyed all the previous ones. But this is easily my best one. I got to break it out on the stream one day.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see. I'm not familiar with the punk world. I didn't know punk vests were a thing.
It's a cutoff black tight fitting jean jacket with various band patches and studs on them.
That's giving butch lesbian.
When you see it, it does have butch lesbian vibes, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Proudly saying that.
For sure. Oh, for sure. No disrespect.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I did wear it on a stream once when I was on the Majority Report Election Day live show.
Oh,
I broke it out then. So if you were watching that stream.
That's awesome. I wouldn't have the confidence to wear that, but
you know what?
Maybe I should.
Maybe I should go in the other. Do you have any super chats you want to read? I'll go in the other room and I'll grab it.
I don't have any more. No.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I'll just another day then.
You can go get your little jacket. It's fine.
All right, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, I do have one. Okay. I'll read. No, I got a couple. Okay, I'll read those. Let me see here. AMK, I am Kowalski. Not sure why your channel changes it. Oh, for reals? I didn't know that. Let me see here. Fly Chomper Fly says, Mike, did you get my post about Cat versus Bushra in Illinois 9th? You seem to be endorsing both. Please clarify. Wait, is Bushra running against Cat? Oh no, I did not realize that. Okay, I will edit because I endorse Cat. I love Bushra, but Cat is that's my number one. Oh, that's why somebody asked if why I was abandoning Cat. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to clarify. I completely did not even think about that. Damn. Oh fuck, I'm so stupid. I did not realize that was the same fucking district. Oh my god. Okay, I'll clarify in the pinned comment. Thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate that.
This is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. It is giving butch lesbian for sure. For sure. Okay. Very cool.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, let's go back to the super chats.
Okay, I'm not sure where we're at. Tell me which one it is.
Creflo. Oh wait, no, I already read that one. John Jeffrey. From one 39-year-old to another. Happy birthday, Binder. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Dentagon with a super chat. The Killed by Florida song was called K*****, Rick Scott. DDD is great as well, but that's Makata-san band, LOL. They played with DRI. Oh, okay. That would definitely, I see why that would get you banned. Greg Hinojos, thoughts on Sleep Token? I don't know Sleep Token. Who is Sleep Token? Oh, they're not my. I'm looking. They're not my. That's not my genre. I mean, maybe I'll like some of their songs, but looking how they're described, I don't think they're my genre. Creflo, I'm 41. Bring back baggy jeans and Timberland boots. I never wore Timberland boots. That's
I had
definitely
the
not my
generic
thing.
Timberlands, but they're yeah, I agree.
It was just not my style. That's not my thing. Creflo, Hassan dresses like an 8-year-old's idea of how an adult dresses. And my referring to baggy
Damn.
jeans is referencing the early 90s hip hop scene.
Mm.
Okay, I mean, yeah, they're but that's not even the style of baggy jeans that Zoomers are wearing. Like,
Yeah, I don't think that they're sagging. I think that the Zoomers, they have it like goes to their waist, but they're just like wide. So we would have we'd have it be wide legged, but it would sag. That's when I was a teenager.
Like, I'm trying to find a picture of like these jeans are like the jeans that Zoomers wear. And I don't get it. Like, this isn't even, these aren't like, like rap or hip hop style jeans either. Like, those were at least fashionable. Like, what is this shit? Like, this style of dress. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's pulled up.
That's what they wear.
Like,
That's what
worn
Hassan
regularly.
wears.
Kids these days.
Why do they wear that?
I don't get the kids. I don't get it. You all do what makes you happy though, kids. You wear those wide leg jeans. You rock whatever that makes you feel comfortable. Hell yeah.
Emily Schmid with a super chat. My youngest, Gen Alpha, wears long socks. Soccer fan with Crocs. Barf. Okay, my kids like Crocs. I don't have a problem.
That's like a new version
They're
of
kids.
socks with sandals. That was a basic white guy thing.
Kids can wear Crocs. That's fine. There's that's a totally fine thing for kids to wear. But my kids wear Crocs with no socks at all. That's why they wear Crocs. If they're putting on socks, they put on sneakers. Angelin De Bagashagi with another super chat. Embrace purple. I love purple. It's a great color.
I hate purple.
It's a great color. What are you talking about?
I don't like purple. I don't like pink. Red is my all-time least favorite color.
Those are all great
Also,
colors.
yellow. I hate yellow.
Yellow, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yellow could look good. It depends.
Yeah.
And then the final super chat here, Dentagon. I could see Mike with a vest with a bussy patch.
Like a picture of a bussy or just like the words bussy?
I guess the word bussy. And really quick over on Twitch, Valisnova gave out 10 community gift subs. Thank you so much. And Looney Tunes 9000 resubscribed for 8 months at Tier 1. They've been a subscriber for 20 months. Remember, tomorrow is the 20-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Oh, wow.
No
I'm doing my
shit.
show tomorrow where I tell my Katrina story and probably play a few news clips from 2005. Local only, no CNN or Fox News. Oh, wow. Okay. Everyone should check
Wow.
that out.
I have one more super chat here, and there's a couple more. I think they're for David. I don't know if you got to them. This one is from me, though. Lag Monster says, we interrupt the stream to praise cargo pants. Love it. And then Sam Roker says, just a warning. Thank you for the 20. I don't know if this is for David or me, but appreciate it either way. Just a warning. Anyone claiming waffles are not the best, as long as they remain below French toast, supports Hamas. Yeah, I mean, I think waffles is, it wins 9 times out of 10. Mike Thompson says, I'm thinking about taking the family to New York for a Zoran watch party. Can you give me any tips on hotels? This must be
I
for you.
can't give you tips on hotels in New York because I've lived here forever, so I've never had to look into hotels. And when family comes, they usually just stay with a family member. Geez, I could not. Probably cheaper to stay in the outer boroughs, that's for sure. Queens will probably be your best bet in terms of location and affordability. Depending on where you stay in Brooklyn, it might cost just as much as Manhattan, honestly.
We got another one here. This is from Kowalski, who says, I've been suspect of Pacman ever since he was against BDS on Israel. Oh, I didn't even know he was against BDS. Or maybe I did. No, that sounds familiar. I don't know. I don't remember. It's too late for me to remember. But yeah, that is not okay. He defended their food exports, which are unsustainable, and they take Palestinian water to grow and restrict the remaining water. We also got 2 more for you.
We do? What? Oh, let me see. Happy birthday. Oh, Jeremy Ken says, happy birthday and a very late congrats on your 3rd child. As a Gen Zer, I'm still just wearing Walmart cargo pants. Nothing wrong. Listen, Walmart cargo pants are totally some people just wear like regular clothes. I'm talking about like the Zoomer like fashion stuff. Like clothes and fashion are not the same thing. I want everyone to know that. Maybe I'm not using the proper terminology, but you know what I'm saying, Mike, right? Like those jeans that I put up on the screen are like a specific type of fashion. It's not just like you go to Walmart and buy like a pair of pants. Do you know what I mean? Socialist Massol with a super chat. Can you ask Majority Report to drop Zionist sponsor ExpressVPN? I know they've.
Oh, are they sponsored by Express? Because they are Zionists for sure.
All right, I know that they're looking into it. That's all I know. I don't have any. I show up on Thursday with a sound sheet, and that's it. I don't talk to them in advance. I don't. So I do know that people have had issues with them as a sponsor. They said that their previous Majority Report said their previous guidelines were basically if it's official BDS, then they don't work with them. But they said they are relooking at it. I can guarantee you that they're looking at it and they will decide something that will probably, I'm assuming will be in line with, how they cover what's going on in Israel and in Palestine. But I have that's not, my area. I can let them know that the audience
it's the
has...
owner who is a Zionist who funds the IDF, and he also funds like really bad like Zionist streamers as well.
All right, yeah, I will certainly forward them. Let them know this.
Yeah, good looking out, because I'm sure they wouldn't if they knew.
I mean, they've addressed it on their own stream. Like they've been asked on their
they?
on their show, and they've addressed it. Like they're not hiding it. They're open that they accepted the sponsorship, and that they have since heard about these things, and they shared that their previous policy was if it's official BDS, then they would be a definite no. But they are now relooking at it based on what ExpressVPN's background is. That's all I know. I'll wait for them to make a decision before I decide like how I would address it. But they are looking at it, and depending on what they say, then I'll let you guys know what my I'm not gonna not go on the show while they're looking at it, while they're deciding and figuring it out.
No. They do amazing work on Gaza. They probably just didn't know. Honest mistake.
Now, if they came out and like defended the guy, then I would have some real problems with it. You know what I mean? Like we'll wait and see. Dentagon with a super chat. Matt's vest is a 10-10. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I did get one more.
So many people just know me. So many people just know me from like the streams, right? Where like you just see me from like the midsection up, and it's so hot in here. I'm just wearing a shirt. But like if you go to the like ever see me in person or at a live show or something, you get the full Matt Binder experience, which is different.
Love that. So I got this one from Omega Shenron Dragon. Hey Mike, you know what I'm about to ask you, sir? Yes. So I am on like episode 36 of Dragon Ball Super. I think you're asking me about anime. And it's the Champa versus Beerus like battle for the Super Dragon Balls / Earth. That's where I'm at. I'm really enjoying Dragon Ball Super. And that is it. So yeah, Spender. So do we want to raid Sean DeBlack on Twitch?
Yeah, I will raid whoever you say. Let's do this.
Sean the Black SEANDA Black.
Cool, let's do it. First of all, thank you everybody for tuning in. I missed you all after not being on the show last week. Thank you all for the birthday wishes and of course the super chats. I'm looking forward to doing another episode of Leftist Mafia. Oh, and I should address, I haven't, I usually do my either Tuesday night or more usually Wednesday night streams. I haven't done them over, I think I did one like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. I haven't done it since, and I have been sort of sporadic about it. The summer, the baby, all coming at once, the kids home from school, doing things with them, the baby, all happening at once, really mess with my schedule. Their school starts next week. I will be getting back to a regular schedule and hopefully doing even more stuff. Once they're busy, I could get busy with other things that don't include them. But also soccer season for them starts too. So I have 2 teams to coach once again.
It's a lot.
All right. So
thank you all. Thank you to our mods as well. Have a good week, everybody. You take care.
Hold on, I didn't press it yet. Hold on. It's still rating. Did you press yours yet?
Yeah, it's ready whenever you are.
All right, I am pressing it right now. All right, take care, everyone.
Peace, everybody.